What's up, people? Hotep Jesus. We back with another sharp conversation with Hotep Jesus. We live. What up, Jelani? You know how we do. Somebody said my phone won't let me hit the like button. Oh, man, it's time to upgrade, baby. You know what I'm saying? New iPhone just came out. My daughter came to me. She said, "Daddy, here's my old phone." She dropped it on my bed like it was just, nothing. You know what I'm saying? She got the new joint. My joint will be here, and I'm gonna go pick mine up this weekend. You know what I mean? I'm on the 8 Plus right now. Got the 8. Y'all can't hear Wordsmiff, but he telling me right now he got the 11. So you know he balling because he just got to upgrade. He about to upgrade again. But I'm Hotep Jesus, and as you already know, full-time tech startup co-founder. The latest AI project I'm working on handles deepfakes, looking to put the Instagram model out of business. Then we got Wazo AI, camera vision analytics. Shout out to our investor Jazzy. Great individual. Great things are happening over at Wazo. Looking at a 2021 launch. Doing a lot of research right now, a lot of market research. Great things are happening over there. And of course, Bitcoin's over 16K. I want to say last time I checked, that thing looked like it's about to round 17K, 16.7 as we speak right now. Coinbitsapp.com. Hit that link in the description box below. I had somebody DM me today. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm just gonna pull up the stats and show y'all what he got in his account. Right now it's looking like he invested 13K and he made 11K. He's up 87% on his portfolio. Big money happening. I don't know why y'all not in on Bitcoin. Y'all need to get in. I know some of y'all, it's a little boomerish for y'all, but don't say Hoteps didn't been told you. But without further ado, I got my guest today. He is a world-renowned rapper, has toured, hit the African continent, hosted a Hater Ball show. He's got a great nonprofit organization, Spread Love NYC, feeding the hungry. Wordsmiff, what up, my brother? How you feeling?
My brother, how you feeling? I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here kicking with my dog, man. We ain't kicking in a minute.
I know it's been such a long time. I had you on the channel before. We had a great discussion, so I'm glad to have you back.
Yes, sir. Happy to be back.
Actually, I messed up your camera a little bit here. Let me fix that up. I thought I had it right. Let me see. Let me just. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all not seeing this. Act like y'all don't see this happening right now. But tell me a little bit about the Spread Love NYC, because you know there's a lot of people out here faking the funk and doing things for the black community. But you're really actually shaking and moving. So tell me about that organization, your motivation behind creating it, and what y'all do.
Yes, sir. So the motivation behind it, I had just finished reading Ready for Revolution by Stokely Carmichael, man. And it was like the Bible to like organizing. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's different. What the main message I got was it's different when you got knowledge, but you don't apply it. You feel me? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if I got all this knowledge and I sit back and I do nothing for my community with it, then what's the point of having this knowledge? You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I got to do something for my hood. I had to do something for the hood in New York City. I've been grinding. I've been saying I want New York City to support me. I've been doing all this for years, but I've ignored the community and only fed my own individualistic goals. You get what I'm saying? So as I sat down, you know, I was actually fasting at the time. I sat down and I started thinking about the other people who don't have the privilege to fast. That's just their lifestyle. You feel me? So I started to think about that, and it was like, nah, I can't really have that on my heart. If I could do something, I could do something with that. You feel me? At least I could do something with that. So I started there on 14th Street, and a bunch of people came out, brought food, and we just walked around the city and just gave out food to the homeless in 2017. So now in 2020, we got a nice foot, you know what I'm saying, in different communities and different hoods. Because so what we do is we start in Queens, then we go Brooklyn, then we go Harlem, then we go to Bronx, and then we rotate in different hoods in those different boroughs. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We just do the food drives. We do in a big toy drive, hopefully, you know, inshallah, we do that in December. But that's what we about, man. We just about, you know what I'm saying, giving right back to the hood. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, getting representation and da-da-da. We wanna affect the people that's actually in the fucking struggle. You feel me? So that's all it's about.
Well, I know you're hearing stories about some of these people going hungry and how they ended up in that position.
Absolutely.
What are some common themes or some stories you heard about how these people ended up in this position of hunger?
One thing I've started to learn is systematic, right? So when we did the homeless shelter out in Brooklyn, right, they told us like, yo, we in this homeless shelter, but they don't feed us. There's not enough food for everybody. And they only give us a set amount of money, right? So when we get this set amount of money, we go out and we get this food or whatever we could get, but it's not enough. So what we gonna do? We're gonna do what we know how to do. We're gonna do crime. And from there, they go back to prison. You get what I'm saying? Right. So you see the system, they get out of jail, they go back to these shelters and halfway homes, but they don't got nothing to do. They can't find no jobs. They can't find nothing. You get what I'm saying? They only got these little stipends that can't last too long. So they just end up back in the system and back in that same circle of homelessness, jail. And some prefer jail because of 3 hots and a cot. You get what I'm saying?
3 hots and a cot is three good meals and some place to put your head down at night.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like they depend on that. They're dependent on the system. And it's just like, if I go back, then I still got somewhere to rest my head in 3 hots. So that's the main theme I've been hearing, just how systematic it is, to the point where it's like we do another one in Harlem and it's like the drug addicts got a relationship with the police. You know what I'm saying? They just let them do their drugs there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, It's just bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they try to gentrify the hood and just push all the drugs and all the crime to this one, you know what I'm saying, secluded area. So now it's just, this little place right here is bad, but the police is controlling it.
What do you mean the police are controlling it?
So if you've seen The Wire, right?
Okay.
You've seen The Wire and you've seen the episode where they was like, they had to go out in the streets or whatever the case may be, and they had to clear a certain neighborhood. So they would say, look, do your sales over here. We'll let y'all do y'all sales over here. Y'all do it over here, just don't do it over here. So what they do when it comes to gentrification, they clear this area and push everybody here. So now they just patrol this little area and they allow them to do whatever they want.
So basically where the white folks is at, don't do that over here.
Don't do that over there. Go back over there. Go back over and to where it's like, yeah. And so a lot of it is like made. It's man-made.
So are they still raiding though? Are they still arresting people?
Of course. When it's time to get their numbers up. Yeah, of course. When it's time to get their numbers up and it's time, you know what I'm saying, end of the month. If you know how it go, don't get locked up on Friday, end of the month. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to keep you. You going to jail. You going to jail. Don't ever get locked up end of the month and don't ever get locked up on a Friday because you staying. You're not going to see a judge till Monday. Shit.
Yeah. I had messed up and got arrested on a Saturday once. I was so upset with myself.
Bro. You can't do that, man.
Yeah, I was down there sweating, boy.
That's a fact.
They had me in the basement. Till Monday, and I was still wondering, is they gonna let me see the judge on Monday?
Yo, bro, I got locked on a Saturday once, and I just so happened to have enough for bail, and I was like, oh my god, bro. I was so happy, bro.
Oh my god, I was too drunk to make the phone call.
Now my man hit, and I told the cop, I was like, look, my man is leaving. That's my bro. He gonna take my card, bring back the bread, and bail me out. Let him take my wallet with him. Okay. So they let him do that. He went and got the bread, came back, bailed me out. And we just both did.
Peace. So let's talk about this gentrification thing in New York City.
Yeah.
This isn't new, but I think it's growing, right?
Right.
At a rapid pace.
Absolutely.
What are some of the people saying about this? Some of the locals saying, what are the stress that they having with this? And who's doing the gentrifying? Is it white conservatives, white liberals?
Well, all right, let's answer the who. The who is everybody.
Okay.
When you think about New York. You know, when you think about the job market, everybody wants to move and get jobs in New York. So New Yorkers, native New Yorkers, are now competing with people moving to New York to get these jobs. So it's not just white liberals, it's not just white conservatives. There's black liberals and there's black conservatives that's gentrifying these hoods to the point where they can move into these more expensive buildings. You get what I'm saying? And they can live in these buildings. And now these owners can say, look at the price and how much we charging here. We got to get these low income people out and let's take this building and charge more and get these people out. So that's how it's going. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people are getting pushed out. A lot of people are getting tricked into selling their homes that they've had for years at a low market price because they don't know any better, that the land is worth so much more. That's happening. So the who is everybody. Everybody's getting in on pushing the poor out. And that's why black people got to be very careful. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying black people got to be very careful as far as being the gentrifiers and the gentrified?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, for example, right, if they gentrify in Brooklyn right now, you want to start your business in Brooklyn. As a black man, that's a black business, sure, but you're contributing to the gentrification of that neighborhood.
This is quite a conundrum.
It's a conundrum, right?
This is tough because on one hand, it's like I'm a black man in America, I'm a capitalist and trying to come up.
You gotta get that bread.
I gotta get this bread, but at the
There's a way to do it though.
Okay, school me.
So if we're gonna do that, you gotta get the good with the bad. It gotta be balanced. If you're going, we gotta be honest about what we're doing. I'm not saying don't.
Right.
What I'm saying is, if you're gonna move into these hoods and start your business there, find a way to where you can build with this community now. Find a way you can build with the organization that service in that community, and now you can provide food, funding, whatever you can do for the community. That way, y'all can work hand in hand. That way, it's not just gentrification, but it's you know what I'm saying, an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem. I like that. Cyclical. You taking, but you putting back.
Absolutely.
That's my problem with the grifters. It's like one thing to grift, but you got to give something back to the culture.
You got to give something back. Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with grifting. Grift. Right. But if you just take, and you saying you speaking for the people and not giving back to the people, you just grifting.
Yeah. You got to give back. Okay. So you may make a bag off 90% of your property, but maybe take 10% and make it low income housing and
absolutely just do something for somebody. Okay. That's it.
That's all.
Something for somebody.
That's all the hood's asking for. Okay.
That's all the hood is asking for. Do something for somebody. Don't just come in and get bread and then think because you black everything is good, because everybody got to eat and the wolves is out. So when the wolves are starving, what's going to happen? We know what happened when these riots pop. Your business ain't special, right?
The bit, because all right. So just so y'all know, where you at?
I'm in Queens now. I'm from Brooklyn.
But you from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
So you familiar with the looting culture?
Absolutely.
So we're going to get into all of this. The wolves got to eat.
Absolutely.
The bellies is touching. The ribs is touching.
Absolutely.
Black business is not exempt from getting looted, and if they not giving back.
You got to think about it. You taking out the hood. So it's like, if you say you got that relationship with the hood is going to defend your store, right? Nah, because if it's me, if I'm a wolf, this is how I'm thinking.
Right.
Nah, my brothers in them, you know what I'm saying? He makes sure my brothers in them, my little mans in them ate. Nah, we going to guard this store. Don't nobody pass this store right here. Nobody. Gotcha. Everything else good. Y'all leave this one alone. That's it. And we gonna make sure this store is protected. But if you're not protecting the hood, you can't expect the hood to protect you. That's just not how that go.
Because some people think that, when the looting happened, you got to leave the black business alone and the small business alone. And it's just like, I guess the small business also contributes to rape in the hood.
Absolutely. Give them a job. Give somebody a job. Think about it. Something. You can't just come, oh yeah, that's when we talk about the black dollar and the black dollar circulating in the hood. That's because the Chinese and everybody come, they get the ox in them, they get their stores, they take the bread and they leave.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why those stores ain't safe. The relationships is there, cool is cool, but when it's time to eat, the wolves got to eat. That's just how that go.
Crazy. So when this whole police brutality thing kicks off and it's time to loot, I know the looters is organized.
Oh, What? I ain't never seen nothing more organized.
Yeah, I got homies in Brooklyn that been keeping me in touch with the culture.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And people are like, oh my God, look at these savages, so on and so forth. And a lot of people want me to condemn the looters. And I'm like, I ain't really condemning them. Mm-mm. You don't condemn them either, right?
No, hell no. Not even a little bit.
Why?
You got to understand, bro. It's like, if you've been hungry for so long and there's injustice being done on your people, where you going to take it out at? Where's that frustration's where is it going to go? You going to think of everything. Oh, nah, they got this. I couldn't afford that. They got all that is going to culminate, bro, into that one moment where the hood is ready to pop and nothing is safe. You got to understand that it's never been safe.
Okay.
If you understand the hood, you already know. Like, somebody said, yo, we could get that store. And they was like, nah, let that rock. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So you got to understand, when it's time to get active, now it's like there's no rules. You feel me? It's time to go.
So
I can't condemn nobody that's hungry. When it's time to take, it's time to take. They're going to do what they do. That just is what it is.
So some people that say, like, George Floyd happened.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Missouri. I'm not sure. But he happened elsewhere, and then you got blacks everywhere looting. And they they're saying that black people aren't looting because they're frustrated from the police violence. They're looting just to loot.
That's so funny, because it's like, oh, this happened in Minnesota, so why y'all doing that in Baltimore? It's like, you got to understand, the hood in Minnesota is the same hood as in Baltimore. We just difference. The same thing happened. Freddie Gray, George Floyd. These is just the same situations in different places. The thing is, most of it doesn't make the news.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, most of it doesn't make the news. Niggas got to understand, like, this gun violence shit happen all the time, every other day. Most of it don't make the news. So you got to understand, there's frustration daily, because niggas is living on edge. If you live in the hood, you already know that it's survival mode every day. So you on edge. People don't understand that mindset because they don't have to stress about nothing. They got it good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you come from that, you worrying about where your next meal is going to come from next week or the week after that. And you got to understand what you're doing to get it. And it ain't what you're supposed to be doing. So now you got to watch the cops. You got to watch the people that's against you. You got to watch the people that want to take the little that you do have.
Yeah.
You dealing with people that's ready to pop at any moment, and they do.
Right. So when you have one little excuse, they like, exactly. Oh, I could go get this PlayStation and eat for a couple of weeks.
Exactly, because you got to think, like, because the hood controls itself. If you know. You get what I'm saying? Everybody thinks the hood is a Wild Wild West. It's a little bit of the Wild Wild West now, but it's a little bit controlled too. That's why everything isn't burnt up and looted and robbed. There's some control to it. There are some rules to it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to understand that, sometimes those rules don't apply for certain people.
One thing I always let people know is, I say, when you see the fires, that ain't black folk. Black folk ain't arsonists.
Right.
They're not what's it called? The maniac, something maniac. They're not pyromaniacs.
Right.
We might be kleptomaniacs.
Definitely.
But we not pyromaniacs. I think the fire is coming from when them Antifa white boys come.
Oh, no question. Because it doesn't make sense to burn something down if we can steal from it again. Why would we burn down a resource? That's stupid. This TV's left. It's just not the size I want it. Well, I'm going to burn it down.
I'll be back for that shit tomorrow.
I will be back. Why are we burning down the TVs? They free now.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So listen, you're right.
And people say, oh, they're burning down their hood. I'm like, it's not theirs. Target isn't theirs.
Nah, that don't belong to us. We just spend money there because it's there.
Right. And then people say, well, what about the jobs, right? What do you say to that? Well, but people don't have no place to go get food now, and they don't have no place to work now because you done looted it.
So to address work, a lot of the time, they're not hiring people from those hoods in the first place. Maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, but it's not like when a new store come to the hood, the whole hood is outside, like we can get jobs here. That don't really happen.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that ain't ours. It ain't like there's a connection there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that ain't that work relationship that don't even really fly for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So let's just throw that out the window.
Yeah.
That
Well,
ain't there.
my thing was, I'm thinking like as an employee, I'm probably like calling the hood like, look, if you go in the back, the combination 2457. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why they can't. They don't be from the hood most times. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's probably one or two that be from the hood that'll make that call. But the staff usually isn't made up of that specific neighborhood.
Right. Yeah. I think, see, a lot of people just don't understand the dilemma of the ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I sometimes I hate making the hood synonymous with poverty. I'd rather call it a ghetto, right?
Yeah,
Because
right.
hood is just short for neighborhood. And we can
Neighborhood,
have
right.
beautiful hoods or we can have impoverished hoods.
Right.
So I sometimes I like to prefer to use the word ghetto.
Mhm.
And even that word is sometimes isn't proper when you go look at the history behind that word. You was about to say
Absolutely.
something?
No. I was listening to you, bro.
Oh,
I was
okay.
agreeing.
So yeah, in regards to the looting, right? So you said
Mhm.
the people aren't even working there. True.
Mhm.
They not burning down. I'm trying to walk to a thought I had.
Mhm.
You said they not. Oh no. Oh, the food. So
Mhm.
they said that now people don't got no place to go get their food now. And the food desert thing is the hood a food desert?
Yes, absolutely, man. It's a food desert. Like, for example, I'm in Jamaica, right? So I live in Jamaica Estate. So I'm by Hillside and I'm by Grand Central Parkway,
Okay.
right? So if this is, you know what I'm saying, Grand Central Parkway, this is 188th that goes to Hillside and Grand Central Parkway, right? If I make a left on 188th, I go to Hillside. When you go to Hillside, you don't see health shops and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when you make that right on Grand Central Parkway and you go towards Utopia, Union, and all of that, you see the health stores. You see, you know what I'm saying, more different, diverse type of food options because I know for sure because I went vegan for a little while.
Right.
So the regular grocery stores I used to go to that's, you know, more affordable and things of that nature didn't have those options. So I had to make that right and go up that block.
When you
know
say
what I'm
that
saying?
options, what do you mean? They didn't have no produce section, or the produce
No, they
section
had the
slim?
the produce section is slim and it's not good. You get what I'm saying? Like the food is like you can tell like you know how the supermarket
quality.
does. The quality is really really bad. You know what I'm saying? It goes bad fast.
Because the delivery truck starts
Right.
at one end and the first supermarket gets one quality of goods. By the time it gets to the end of the line, it's all the beat up stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So the hoods don't get the top notch produce or anything like that. So I realized I'd buy fruits and vegetables and they wouldn't even last 3-4 days. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So I'm like, all right, let me try the other store. So I'm going and they lasting a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So it was like it was a stark difference, like a stark difference. And you can like really tell, like when you go to the hood, you're gonna see food bazaar, seed towns, and all of that. You don't see the Whole Foods, you don't see the Trader Joe's. You don't see none of that stuff. You got to literally go and search and look for it. So that food desert shit is real. And I only learned because of my own struggles with finding healthy options.
Oh, thanks, Sean Baker. Appreciate you, homie. Okay, that makes sense. Because it wasn't clicking, but when
Right.
I think about supply chain and how things end up at the end, that totally makes sense. That it will be like that because everybody's getting all the supermarkets getting it from the same suppliers, right?
Exactly.
But I guess whatever's left over is what ends up in the hood,
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to some of the people gentrifying the hood need to provide those food sources and invest in those supermarkets so they get better quality stuff.
Oh, definitely. You only see them in the hood when the hood is gentrified. You know what I mean? The only time you'll see some shit like that. Like better stores, the stores get it. You can tell the hood is about to get gentrified because you know you from the hood, right?
Yeah.
So you know, like, when you walk in the deli, the color is like kind of like yellowish. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the deli always has like a yellow hue to it. You feel me? But with these new delis, you see the new light the little big bright ass white light through the window. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like there's a stark difference in delis now. Like they selling the same shit, but the lighting and the way it's set up
Brand
totally
new.
different. Brand new. Brand spanking
They
new. It's
got
hilarious.
LED
Bro.
lights and this one over here
Exactly. They got
working.
LED lights and shit now. We had to hear bachata and this yellow sepia filtered deli for years, bro. Y'all got color and tile now.
So you could tell by when the commercial business arrives and how they
exactly.
you like, okay, but they about to flip some buildings in this area.
Yeah, exactly. Or you see those glassy, boxy buildings with the solid colors. It'll be like a solid black with mad glass and the little boxy buildings. You'd be like, all right, this hood is next. Like, yeah, this hood is next.
Dang.
Yeah, those like it's a brand new building. The only brand new building in the middle of an old ass block. It's like, all right, yeah, they about to get this hood up out of here next. You already know.
I remember I was driving through Harlem, and now I'm lying. I was walking through Harlem. No, I was driving. I was driving this time because normally I take the train and walk. But now this time I was driving, and I seen a white woman on like 100-something street with a poodle, and I was like, "There's white folks in Harlem with poodles." Now I'm like, yo, they feel safe out here now. Like, I was like, oh shit, it's different.
It's so weird. You see the white people walking past the crackheads. It's so like it's crazy. It's so crazy, bro.
So what's the future for the hood? I guess that's why everybody's like starting to move down south in Atlanta.
Yeah, you see that a lot more. It's a lot more exiting. Damn, and I don't really know what the future holds, especially for New York, because we're in a tough space now. Because with COVID, a lot of people were leaving.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's not like gentrification is booming in the city right now. So we kind of at a crossroads to where it's like it could be a bunch of empty housing and the pricing can go down and people can start to move in and get these better apartments for low prices. So you know what I mean? That might be a play. That might work. But I don't really know. The hood is just like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do what we gotta do while we here. It is what it is.
Right. What's it been like living in New York City under COVID? You know, I know y'all under lockdown, right? 23 1 23 and 1.
I mean, at the beginning the lockdown was crazy, but after that, like the city don't care no more for the most part. Everybody is turned up out here. Like
for real?
The city talk mad shit about Atlanta, but New York City is turned up right now. Like they don't care.
The bars is open?
I think they finally shutting stuff down like this week, like just this week though. But like Halloween, it was lit. It was a movie. The clubs was open and all that. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? This has been, you know, crazy shut down at the beginning, sure. But for the past 3-4 months, it's been wow.
They just pretty much ignoring city ordinance.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I love that. I ain't
mad at it.
Right.
I mean, I ain't mad at it as long as they ain't killing people. You feel me? Like. Be as safe as you could be, you feel me? But it's wild. I mean, it's wild.
I think it's unfair for them to destroy people's livelihood and then say that Walmart and the rest of these places are allowed to be open. Whole Foods is allowed to be open, but this other place isn't an essential business. People still got to make a living. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I agree. Like you can't cut people's income off and don't give them no other options, and that's where America is fucking up, because it's like they want to stop the world, but then they don't want to give the people no money. So it's like, I mean, I guess that's where Trump was coming from. It's like, we're not gonna give these motherfuckers no money. Open it up, like,
right? Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, if America is going to be about bread, then they gotta understand that it's going to sacrifice some human life or whatever the case may be. But they got to make a choice at some point. It's just up in the air right now.
I know you got a little bit of conspiracy theory in you, or a lot of bit in you behind this COVID thing. Without getting my channel banned, What do you think is the big play with the virus and the way they handle it and whatnot?
I mean, I think it's the obvious. You get what I'm saying? Like the truth is in plain sight. You feel me? Like the way they handled all this. You know what I'm saying? And let's say, you know, let's cut these numbers down a little bit. You know what I mean? So. I think, you know control. What I mean? Yeah, I think the obvious. I don't even think it's a conspiracy theory. I don't even like to use that. You know what I'm saying? It's right in front of us. If we can't see it, then we can't see it. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't say, you know what I mean, we here to fix this, and then you send people out in this shit, and then also don't give them no money. So we got to understand that some shit it may look accidental, but it's not negligence. I'll say that.
Yeah, so true. Let's talk Black Lives Matter, then we'll get into Trump, Biden, and all of that.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Black Lives Matter. I don't think we've really had a chance to talk about them from the beginning, but till now. But let's do the whole shebang on Black Lives Matter and how you feel about the organization, movement, and everything involved in it. When I say the Black Lives Matter name, what does that mean to you?
I always think organization. So I understood Black Lives Matter at its genesis was a hashtag. And then it became an organization. I feel like these people came in and took advantage, because I'm gonna just ask, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Black Lives Matter, where's the money, bro? Where the fuck is the money? Where's the money?
Yeah. Oh shit. Yo, real talk, man. Hundreds of millions.
That's the hashtag. Make sure y'all hashtag that. Where's the money? That's what you gotta hashtag.
Yo, if y'all in the chat right now, type in the chat hashtag where's the money.
Yo, man, that's how I feel about it, man. As an organization, man, they crooks, man. I appreciate what the hashtag did. I don't know who these people are though.
Right.
I've done my research and I don't like who these people are as well. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, bro. If you taking in millions and billions of dollars and the Black community hasn't seen that, and you doing it on behalf of the Black community, listen, the proof is in the pudding. Like, there's no questions to ask here. There's no questions to ask here. Like, what are we asking? What are we talking about for real?
Right.
If I taking $1 billion on behalf of Black people, people gonna have some motherfucking questions.
Facts. They gonna be at your door. Knocking. Yo, Smith.
Yeah. You got that Billy, we ain't seeing none of it.
That's real talk. And the Black liberals gonna be knocking mostly too. Yeah. Oh man. Right. So where's the money? I know some of it is getting funneled into the DNC because they're using that pay mechanism. Act Blue is taking the proceeds, sending that to Democrat. Whatever. Do you remember in the very beginning when Black Lives Matter first came out, the media wouldn't cover it, and when they did, they demonized it?
Absolutely. I remember at the beginning, man. Was it the Trayvon Martin? Was it Trayvon Martin around then?
Yeah.
I remember when it first surfaced, and they was blocking the hashtag, and on Twitter they was silencing the hashtag. They wouldn't let it trend. And then they were talking about what is the Black Lives Matter movement. The media wouldn't get behind it or just wouldn't cover it in general. So I remember.
And then Trump came around and it seemed like it became profitable to use this Black Lives Matter movement.
Absolutely. I think even before that, when was that? 2014, Trump came around 2016. I think around 2015, people were like, all right, let's found this. It was like the race to who started the organization first. Like it became more of a thing until it got controlled. Right. They could say, oh, these people here are in charge of this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That's when Black Lives Matter started to become more prominent, when they started to get people that's their people in front of it.
When they got their puppets in place. And they started to control it. And yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So when they were able to put their puppets in place and got in control of it, that's when the media shifted on the narrative. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then they weaponized them.
Definitely.
How do you feel about Shaun King?
Can we be honest here? Is this safe?
This is a safe space, my friend.
I am Shaun King #1 hater. I've been saying fuck Shaun King since 2015. I don't fuck with Shaun King, not even a little bit. That is a Caucasian man. That is a Caucasian man. He done duped the fucking world. I don't want to hear nothing this motherfucker ever got to say ever at no point in time. He's a thief. He's a fucking scoundrel. He's everything you could think of that's wrong with like this performance activism movement. He is the Talcum X of this fucking performance activism in 20. I can't stand that motherfucker, bro. I can't stand him, bro. He's one of the worst.
They gave him a BET award, bro.
Bro, I don't understand what's wrong with these people, bro.
A BET award?
Like, I don't get it, bro. What did he was just robbing, like, wasn't he started something that
80.
was like, that was off of the Freedom something. He started like a paper that Frederick Douglass started. He brought it back and said, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then started robbing that, bro. Like, how you gonna start something in Frederick Douglass' name and then steal from it? Like, you are a different kind of animal, bro. He's different, son. He's different, bro.
He's definitely different, yo. He's definitely different. Big Elvis said, hashtag where's the money? Appreciate you, homie. Big Elvis said, my attorney's law firm donated $5 million to BLM. Wow. Wow. I feel like if BLM was so effective, we'd see more from them.
Definitely.
You know, if you were in charge of BLM and, you know,
right,
the bag came in front of you and said, Smith, you're in charge of this $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
How would you spend the money?
Oh, that's easy, man. That's easy. Like, the blueprint is here. What did the Black Panther Party do? What did they do? They set up shop in every hood. Every hood they set up shop. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a spot. We're going to start there, and then we're going to build out. And we're going to make sure everybody in this nation, if Black Lives Matter is putting in the money, is getting the money they say they're getting, then you got enough bread to fund a Black Lives Matter chapter in every hood that's actually doing something. Now, there's Black Lives Matter chapters everywhere. There's the New York chapter, there's this chapter, but where are they in the hood? You can't, the hood ain't like, yeah, Black Lives Matter done held us down on. No, that's not happening. You feel me? That's not happening. So we're gonna get a station in every hood and make sure that whatever the resource this hood needs. You get what I'm saying? If it's food or if it's economic resources, you got to build with the hood and do something, whatever that hood needs. You can't just say we're gonna do this. So we're gonna get in these hoods and have these conversations and then build out from there. We're gonna cater to every hood. All right, cool. We got Bushwick. Now let's move to the Star. Let's move to Flatbush. Boom. We're gonna keep building homes everywhere, because we need to do something that's self-sustainable. You feel me? Mm-hmm. We can't keep doing shit that's one-offs. We can't be, all right, we're going to donate to this and throw this bread and then we're going to go to brunch tomorrow. Like, nah, that ain't it.
They definitely going to brunch with the money. I feel like they are taking the money to go combat racism. You know, and that feels like a money pit.
I don't even understand how you can combat racism. Like, is that something you can combat? Is racism something we can solve here? Like, do you think that's something? Is that something you think is an issue we can solve?
No,
right?
I don't think it's something we even pay attention to.
Like, bro, here's my thing. Maybe I'm tripping. You can tell me if I'm tripping. I don't give a fuck if you're racist, right? I don't give a fuck if you're racist. Like, at the end of the day, you're supposed to think your people was great people. As long as you don't come over here and fuck with mine. Now, your people may got something I need, and my people may got something you need. I don't give a fuck if you don't like that I'm dark-skinned, motherfucker. Look, can we do business? Can we get money? Can we make sure our people eat together? Fuck this color shit. You can hate me, I can hate you. Fuck you, cracker. Fuck you, nigger. Cool, let's get this money. That's what America is. It's about this money. Don't give a fuck if you white, black, Indian, da da da. At the end of the day, it's about this fucking money. Why do we care about racism and solving it? You can't solve prejudice in people's like this is man-made and it's just fucking society's conditioning. If you're gonna fix conditioning somehow, some way, have at it.
Right.
But for me, you're not gonna do that. Now we just need to be honest about that conditioning. I don't know. I don't really like you motherfuckers like that. You don't gotta like me either, but look, we got some business to handle. Let's do that. And that's how I see it. You can't solve no fucking racism.
Right. So it's funny because the BLM founders want to speak with Biden because, you know, he's president-elect, and there's no like real policy they're coming with or anything like that. They're just saying they want him to address systemic racism. Over $1 billion goes to, whatever the number is, millions of dollars go to this organization, and they want to fight systemic racism. To me, that sounds like a good grift, right?
It is a good grift. Because what is acknowledged? Think about what they just said. They want him to address systematic racism. Look at this. I address systematic racism. I just did it. You want him to do that? And then what? And then what? You just gave him $1 billion to address systematic racism. It exists. Now what?
Now what? That's the question I asked earlier. I said, after white people acknowledge their white privilege, then what?
Yeah. Then what?
Then what?
Then what? I tell black people all the time, you want white people to acknowledge their privilege, but you won't acknowledge yours. Ooh. Right? Because we can sit here and have these debates on these phones and these internets and with these Nike hoodies on and these good clothes. Just people that can't fucking tweet. Address your privilege. What you doing for your hood? If you ain't doing for your hood, why would they do for you? Let's make sense here, bro.
That's powerful. That's what I said. I was on the voice chat app. The voice chat app everybody on. I don't say the name because they ain't cut me no check.
Right.
I was on the voice chat app, and they was talking about like Medicare for all. And I'm like, yo, y'all sit on this app all day crying about white supremacy and racism, and now you asking them to take care of your sick and your elderly.
Systematic racism exists. Here's my grandmother now. Grandma, go with these people.
Go with these people that hate you.
Go ahead. Get better with these people that don't even fucking like you. Go ahead. It's stupid, man.
Yo, this shit is crazy, man. I feel like it's over-education.
Definitely.
A lot of these people at university. I know you have a college degree, right? I don't. You're more technically educated than I am.
Nah, I can't even sit here and tell you that. Like
on paper, you definitely are, and I got
yeah, on paper, yeah.
I got to. We all have our different intellectual strengths, right? You intellectual in one place, I'm intellectual in another place. It's not really like a who's smarter than who type thing, right? Sure. But I love that we got people like you that got the college degree, right? Because some people go into that system and they come out like these Black Lives Matter people.
Right.
Whereas you can go into this system, still keep yourself, come out and hit people to the university life and the hood life. And you're able to dictate, or I shouldn't say dictate, you're able to guide the youth in both of those lanes. I don't see you as somebody who would flaunt their college degree in front of people like, yo, I got a bachelor's degree in this, that, and the third.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, actually.
Right. Right. Because you don't talk about it like that.
No, I don't feel, because I didn't get here like thinking like this and loving my people through a college degree. You feel what I'm saying? Like my college degree didn't get me no good job. My college degree didn't do nothing for me. You get what I'm saying? I sat through class. That ain't special. Like you could sit through class and memorize some shit and pass a class. That's what we've been doing since we was fucking babies, bro.
Yeah.
You're just an adult now. You got to do it now when you're smarter. Yay. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, it don't give you no self-consciousness. It don't give you no consciousness of your people. So it's nothing to applaud when you look at the actual reality of this society.
I want to read this tweet to you. So I put a little like emoji thing here. I said, unimportant policies under Biden, a plan for Black Americans. This folder is empty. Important policies. Biden, cancel student debt. This folder is full. And this Black woman pops up and this is what she says. She says, I understand your suspicion, but this mindset is part of the problem. Now, keep in mind, I put a Black agenda in juxtaposition to cancel student debt. In your mind, which one of those takes precedent?
Black agenda.
A Black agenda. Okay. So I got a Black woman arguing with me when I'm worried about a Black agenda coming first. Let's just keep that in mind. She said affordable education benefits and provides opportunity for us all.
Mm.
You agree with that?
No.
Okay, explain.
Because that would then mean there's trickle down, that trickle down politics that they think exists. Like, no, it don't make it down to you. They get that, and then that's it. It's kind of like, what happened with that fucking loan? Where the Lakers got the loan and small businesses couldn't even get the loans no more.
Oh.
That's how it fucking happens. You get what I'm saying? Oh, we're gonna put out loans for small businesses. Now you like, yes, we straight. But no. Hold on. You in the long line and your ass is at the bottom. So you're gonna get the scraps, yo. You're gonna get the scraps. It don't work like that, man.
That was the COVID bill that had got passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all these big businesses got a piece of that.
Got a nice little piece of that. It was like, yeah, the Lakers got a piece before an actual small business got one. Like, that's America for you, bro. That's the perfect example that they put out a loan for small businesses, and the Lakers got a piece before a small business did.
The NBA world champions.
The NBA world champions got a piece before your bread shop. Fuck you.
How many chips they got? The Lakers?
Yo, what they got? What 10? I think it's more than that. It got to be in the teens.
They got at least a dozen.
At least a dozen.
They talk about championship caliber team. Oh my God! All right, so she says Biden is considering both cancellation of existing debt and giving everyone else a credit by making public education free. Hashtag cancel student debt. And I'll read the second tweet later, but I want to really just dive into this here because you went to college. So you understand this thing maybe a lot better than I do.
Right.
Do you agree with cancellation of existing debt? That's the first part, and we'll go to the second one next. Right. Do you believe in canceling student debt?
I mean, in theory, sure. Like, it's not a bad thing. I mean, why not? You get what I'm saying? Do I think it's realistic? No. But if they do, sure. It's a benefit for the American people. I can't be upset at it. You get what I'm saying? Right. I wouldn't be upset at it.
Right. Totally agree. Now, tell me how you feel about my take on the matter. My opinion is, fuck you. You took out the loan. Fucking pay that shit back.
Right.
But if the government comes and just cancels your debt, so be it. Yeah. My problem is, what happened to the mortgage loan crisis?
Oh, the one
2008 under Obama.
Right.
Why didn't nobody say forgive those people that lost their houses? You know how many black people lost their houses because of predatory loans? You know how many white folks lost their houses because of predatory loans?
A lot of black people don't even know this in general, though. That's the crazy part.
Right. And the big banks got bailed out.
The big banks got bailed out. A big bailout. It's kind of like what happened with this COVID shit. The exact same shit. The big banks got bailed out and you got 1,200.
Word. The problem with student loan debt is these loans are government backed. When you have a government backed loan, what you're basically saying is you really can't lose. So what do the colleges do? They go, oh, nigga, you're at no risk. I'm gonna hike the prices up on tuition. Right. This is free money. So I'm interested in cutting the head off the dragon as opposed to chopping its tail. You see, you just chop off the tip of his tail. If you know anything about lizard and shit, that shit grow back.
You grow back, right.
You cut that nigga head off, he done. That's the conversation that needs to be had, because when you say these loans are no longer government backed, now that trickle down is going to come down and they're going to say, look, we're not giving loans out for no $50,000 of credit or whatever the thing is. And now the price of college comes down and it becomes affordable. You see what I'm saying? This is basic economics. Remove the government from money. This is the problem with socialism. And a lot of people would say, oh, it's capitalism with these loans. It's not capitalism if they're government backed. That's communism. And that's why your student debt is too high.
Right.
Now, she says, should we? Now, this is a tough question I'm going to ask you here.
Mm-hmm.
She says, giving everyone else a credit by making public education free. Do you agree with the idea of public education at the university level, at the college level above? Do you agree with that being free?
I believe in the theory that education should be free in general.
Okay.
That's just how I feel. I believe knowledge should never be put a number on.
Okay. So generally speaking, you're just saying,
yeah, that's my natural belief. So here I got to keep it consistent. You know what I'm saying? So
I get
sure,
you. That's your personal philosophy.
Right.
Okay. Now let's put it in practice in the real world.
Right.
Got Hotep University. Niggas got to pay for lights.
Absolutely.
Water. Teachers. The whole nine. Niggas got bills to pay.
Absolutely.
Shit can't be free.
No, it can't be free.
Right?
Definitely got to be affordable at the least.
Affordable. I think that's what we're looking for here. Here's the problem when you make education free, and this is why they want education to be free. When you make the college education free, because I think, and I want to make this clear for my viewers, when he says knowledge should be free, he's talking about knowledge, period. There should not be a pay gate on knowledge.
Right. But if you want this American college degree system, pay that money.
Exactly. I just want to make sure everybody watching and listening understands the difference between, because I actually agree with him on the knowledge thing. Because truthfully, education is free. It's called YouTube and Google.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
I'm going to tell you right now, like, I swear to God, the skills that I have that has been the most beneficial for my career, I've learned on my own. College did not give me that. My success has not ever come from my college degree. You get what I'm saying? Like, I haven't used my college degree for anything. I do social media for corporations. I didn't take not a social media class in college.
They couldn't teach you it if they wanted to.
They couldn't teach me it if they wanted to. It didn't even exist when I was in college.
Right. And you learn more on your own.
I learned way more on my own. So I don't regret college at all because the experience was dope. It took me out the hood because I'd have been doing some dumb shit. It gave me something else to do, which is why I went to college, because I know myself. I'm a dickhead, bro. Like I gotta put myself in a positive situation because I'm gonna always do something dumb. So if I stay here and I do something dumb, I'm gonna hit the pits. If I go up here and do something dumb, I'm gonna at least bust my ass and fall somewhere in the middle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I gotta go to school and do something to get out of here, because if I don't, I'm gonna do something crazy and end up somewhere I don't want to be.
Yeah. Your environment is everything. Your environment shapes you.
Definitely.
But I think the big play on public education here is they want to devalue the
education
worth of that degree.
Oh, definitely. I think they've been trying to do that for a while. I've seen the if you have you noticed the media putting more articles out like that, like, do degrees even matter now? You get what I'm saying? I've seen the media on these campaigns already, because more Black people are graduating, more Black women are getting jobs. They see it. You get what I'm saying? They see what's going on. So now the workforce is starting to get a little bit more diverse. It's not right yet. It's getting a little diverse, and they know, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
they gotta make sure they do their due diligence.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me this story. He used to tell me this story about the street sweeper in England with the PhD.
It's true, bro. Like, for a long time, I'm like, we can keep it a ban on this shit, bro. Like, when I first graduated, bro, I was back to the hood, bro. Like, I didn't know what to do. You feel me? Like, get a job. I was looking for a job, but the job wasn't paying enough. What am I supposed to do? I got bills to pay now, for real. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like, my story is so crazy because it's like I went to school to get away from the hood, graduated, and had to go back to the hood to make sure I ate. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
What was your degree in?
My degree was in sports management, and I had a minor in criminal justice.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to do sports law.
Okay.
I wanted to do sports law, but I didn't see like law school in the horizon for me. I just couldn't get with sitting down and learning shit I didn't care about.
Right.
Feel me? Like, yeah, I didn't care about.
Wasn't there.
It wasn't there. Like, I can't even lie. Throughout school, like, I just memorized shit to pass tests. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even like no oh, I noticed this knowledge is, I have not used nothing from college to advance me. You get what I'm saying? It's like the experience and the things I went through, and that shaped me into be a different a man than the man I am today. But other than that, when you talk about like book wise and book knowledge, I got those from the books I picked up outside of school.
Right, right. Now I don't want to be all up in your financial business,
For
but did
sure.
you take out student loan?
I had to. I had to, bro. I had to. Like I was the first generation graduate like from college, so this is our first time. Like my mom, I'm the oldest of seven, so it's not like we got a bunch of money to spare. You know what I'm saying? And my
Right.
pops, you know what I'm saying, he took the loans out in his name because you know what I'm saying, he does better than, you know what I'm saying, my mom's situation, which is just is what it is. So he
That's love.
definitely held it down on that end. You know what I'm saying, and
That's
made
love.
sure I got my education.
Good black fathers out here. Y'all hear that shit?
Absolutely. My dad is my fucking hero, bro. That's my hero. We had beef for mad long, but when y'all finally butt heads and y'all get to the meat of the problem, bro, like that's my hero, bro. He saved my life, dog.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He saved your life.
Definitely, no question.
How many times?
Like when you think back and think of the knowledge that made you not do or do something, you can't count.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not even shit that you even think, oh, my dad told me this, I'm not gonna do it. Good fathers just instill shit that you don't know is there. You know what I'm saying? So that moral compass, he definitely put that in me from young, like
Yeah. I think
OD.
the bumping heads is inevitable between son and father, right?
Absolutely.
When we go back to ancient times, the wild Roman Empire, a nigga kill his father to take the throne. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
absolutely. You feel me? For real. That's fact.
So I think there's that, it's time for me to take over the throne, and dad ain't ready to relinquish the throne. Or,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of bumping. I remember bumping heads with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
vicious, vicious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He almost put a hammer upside my head one time. I
Mm-hmm.
ducked like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? My father Jamaican,
Right.
so he crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
today we're seeing an attack on fathers.
Mm-hmm.
You see that, right?
Oh, no question.
But you obviously understand that black fathers are important. Well, fathers, period. But black fathers are important.
No question, bro. It's a stark difference, bro. It's just a stark difference to have that male figure in your life when you don't have an example of a good dude in your life, bro. It's a stark difference. I teach kids and I see the difference in them. You know what I mean? After coming through me, it's a difference, bro. Like you got to understand, like it's not as adults we so worried about everything else, but our youth need us the most because a lot of them don't have positive black male figures. You get what I'm saying? And just seeing it is enough.
Right.
You don't even got to say nothing. Just seeing it is an impact because they like, oh shit, he doing something different. So it's like, I live by the quote, you don't know what you don't know. You get what I'm saying? So when you show somebody something they just never thought of before, now their brain can start to operate in that lane. You get what I'm saying? So when you start to do that and you step in these lanes, as like me, I like to go to the hood and talk to the kids like this. Like I'm like y'all, I'm just like y'all, bro. I just made it out and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be okay with like just being an example for young people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very important to be that example. You're right. They have to see it, right?
They just got to see it, bro.
It's so true. And that's why I quit rap, because I was like, I didn't want my kids to grow up and say, I want to be a rapper like daddy. I wanted them to grow up
Right.
and see like a better
100%.
example. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
my dad's an entrepreneur. He owns tech company. So I want to be
Absolutely.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
No, no question.
I totally get that motivation. Why do you think it is that there's an attack on the black father or masculinity? I mean, we've seen it a lot online. The gender
Mm-hmm.
wars is heavy. I know you on Black
Mm-hmm.
Twitter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I left, but I got my eye. I'm looking through the window sometimes and seeing
Mm-hmm.
it's a clear gender war going on.
Oh, definitely. Media funded.
Media funded.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
yes.
Media funded black gender war.
Absolutely.
Why you say that?
It's conditioning, bro. Like this is my conspiracy theory, right?
Okay.
So we see how the media plays up our women. Black women all did this in the vote and da 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 da. When it comes to black men, what do they display? Our deaths, right? You get what I'm saying? So in a sense, the image now is being painted that like not that it's a bad thing, but it's painted that the black women are, you know what I'm saying, the head, and they have to save black men. You get what I'm saying? Because we getting killed, we the victims, and you know what I'm saying. We going to jail, and that's our reality. But it's not always the case. You get what I'm saying? So when you start to do that, and people start to see that, now you can start to interject these little conversations now. Like we know what happens in social media when it comes these conversations and where they come from. Like if you don't know by now, you're just think about the conversations in gender wars on your timeline. What's the first tweet on it?
What do you mean?
Like I'm not asking you like when the topics start, when you see the gender wars, like anybody
it's
in
gonna
general,
be a blue check.
Find the source of that tweet. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be a blue check, or it's gonna be some random ass account that you don't even know who the fuck this person is.
Oh yeah, them nondescript accounts hiding behind a Nicki Minaj photo.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta see like the conditioning on the media level, and then what's happening on the social media level. There's conditioning at play here too. You get what I'm saying? So these conversations, and then now let's look at our music. Okay. Right? What are the women talking about? Get these niggas for their money. You know what I'm saying? It's not uplifting the black man. It's like, nah, we gonna take what we want from these niggas and dip. You know what I'm saying? Or we got his pussy and all of that for you. That's what they want to portray our women as here. So there's conditioning on the news and our music that, you know what I'm saying? We see it.
Yeah.
We see it. You get what I'm saying? So this is all orchestrated, and we just so happen to be silly enough to give in to the bullshit.
It's interesting you say that because you just brought a thought into my mind, right? Where you say black women get all the credit and then we're the victim, right? We saw that with the past elections where they said, you know, Biden got elected thanks to black women. And then we saw, you know, people like Janelle Monáe and so on and so forth, you know, burn, you know, black men that voted for Trump, and black men ain't shit that voted for Trump. And it's like, well, 87% of black men didn't vote for Trump. Why did you select a minority to pull out and demonize black men based upon a very small percentage?
Absolutely.
Right? That's that cherry picking shit you talking about. Yeah.
And you can say it's a narrative. It's not based in truth and fact. It's a narrative being painted by mainstream media and our music that just so happens to starts to take place in our community. We eat it up, just like we took gangster rap and you saw what happened to our communities. All of this shit is conditioning. Y'all may think, oh, this is not true, and bruh, why do you think what you think right now? I bet you can't answer that question.
There had to be some sort of stimuli to make that thing happen.
Exactly.
Got to question what you believe. Steph Colonel said, black men voted Trump. Black women saved America. Current narratives. Yeah, Steph, that's real talk. That's real talk, bro.
And to me, I think it's a sinister it's some sinister shit at play. Like, let's prop up the black women so we can be their allies, so we can keep robbing them and taking advantage of them. Because if we demonize the black man can't protect them. They're gonna say, "Shut the fuck up, you Hotep, stupid nigga." You know how that go. Yeah. The black woman got it. You get what I'm saying? So if we step up to even try to defend our women, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? In the media, they not gonna put nobody like me or you on no mainstream media that had these conversations ever. Well, they do you here from here and there, but like,
no, they don't. No, they like don't. I get like, right-wing media.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you get right-wing media, but like the mainstream, nah. Like they don't want to talk to strong black men. That's why you ask the question. They don't want strong black men to be in the fucking picture. Look at all the Netflix shows. The black dude is always, you know.
Yo, what's the one with Lena Waithe? The joint with Lena Waithe, the new show she got.
The Shy?
The Shy.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I've seen the first season and half of the second.
All right. So I be needing to get a little bit of like ignorance in my blood every now and then. So I watched that and the 250 Cent produced shows, Power and the other joint he got For Life. For Life is
I ain't seen that
really
one yet.
dope.
Really dope.
It. For Life is my favorite show out, period.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna check it.
Yeah, that's real good. The new Power episodes I really like with Mary. But this Lena Waithe show, I was into it when that dude Brian was in there, but he had something with sexual assault or whatever.
Yeah. when they took him up, I was like, I don't
The
I
show
don't
fell
watch
way
it.
off after that.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it after that. That's why I stopped watching, actually.
Is it? Okay. So
Yeah.
I like to watch that stuff because I want to see into the agenda they're trying to play, right?
Same.
So the black males on there, one was drug kingpin,
Mhm.
trying to be a politician.
Mhm.
Another one's a preacher who was taking money from the politician.
Mhm.
And then the rest are like little boys.
Mhm.
You don't see no black male figures produced by and written by a black woman.
Mhm.
I'm like, damn, Lena, can we get one?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they say representation matters, but they don't write niggas like us into the shows. What happened? What happened to representation when it come to us? What happened? What happened to representation when it come to the real niggas that's just here to do the work? What about that representation? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not an image they want.
Representation matters is really a dog whistle for
Hire more
LGBT.
niggas.
That too, but it's really like an LGBT thing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Black Lives Matter. That's really an LGBT front organization.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. When you look at when you go to when I went to the site, I haven't been to the site since I read it. There's no like black agenda. There's more of a LGBTQ agenda, and that's fine. But it's not a black agenda.
Right. Yeah, it's totally fine. You want to have an LGBT agenda, right?
Yeah, totally fine.
I'll back that all day. You want to whatever y'all want to support. Like I'm here for the First Amendment.
Definitely. Rock
Just
out.
don't front like you something else.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Brody said he got blocked. What is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Chris Black said the breakdown of the family demonized the male. It has been a bad effect on the daughters also.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Black men been taking that heat since Oprah lit us up. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, the super chats? Yeah, sometimes they be acting dumb, yo. They hating. They don't want us to get this money. But yeah, so I'm seeing that whole thing where there's a demonization. Even white men is like, yo, they like we under attack.
Oh yeah, I see that shit, yo. For real, they feel the same way.
they was yo, and some of the huh? What you about to say?
I was laughing. Right, this don't got nothing to do with nothing, but I was laughing because I just be on Netflix. I watch a lot of just stupid shit, right? So I'm just watching shows and watching movies, and then a lot of the like protagonists that's like badasses are like white women and shit like that. So I'll just be like, yo, ain't no more badass white dudes. What happened? The white women took over the badass roles, yo. If Chris Hemsworth ain't available, ain't no badass white guys no more.
Yo, for real, like where's Zach at? You know what I mean?
Yo,
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like this shit is hilarious. But yeah, man, I see the white dudes going through it too, man. They feel like they're getting erased from the picture, man.
So I feel like it's an attack on masculinity as a whole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And because when the new world order come, who gonna uprise is gonna be the men. You feel me?
So they trying to get us out the paint early.
Early.
Damn. All right, let's talk politics.
Let's do it.
Elections, Trump, Biden. I normally don't do this, but which one you want to talk about first? Biden or Trump, or you want to talk about them in juxtaposition to each other?
Nah, we can talk about them individually. Let's do that. I hate talking about them in juxtaposition of each other because that's what the fucking liberals do all the time, and then you can't have a fucking conversation at all.
Right. All right, so who you want to talk about first, Trump or Biden?
Let's go Biden. I think Trump got a little bit more to it.
Right. All right, let's talk Biden. Biden just won president-elect.
Right.
And black folks is like, yes, we won. We saved America. Do you agree with that? What do you make?
I think black people got their work cut out for them now. Oh boy. If you ain't getting nothing before, oh boy. Y'all gonna have to fight to get y'all shit now. Because you ain't start with no demands. You feel me? So you already late to the party. Because they're gonna come in with their own agenda and you ain't part of it yet.
That's real. That's
so you like for like if Trump was in office, you would be able to play to his ego, like, yo, look, nigga, help the niggas out and that. He gonna be like, yeah, give the niggas whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? You know how Trump is. He be like, fuck it, give the niggas whatever they want, fuck it. You dealing with Biden, right? And the plus sign is they're a smart cabinet. The minus is they're a smart cabinet. You know what I'm saying? Because just like the Obama administration, it's going to be easy to finesse you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because the symbolism is there for you. Everything is there. The black woman and the white guy you chose that was cool with Obama, all of it is there. So now you approaching it like it's a friend, like, oh, hey guys, we won. Can I get my no. No. Their cabinet is smart. You're gonna have to go through some hurdles to get what you want on this one.
Yeah, that was my thing. And you said something, and I'm gonna come back to that word. You said a very key word. But I was really enjoying white guilt,
Yeah.
If it wasn't for white guilt, I wouldn't be who I am today, because I wouldn't have been able to troll Starbucks for free coffee, right?
Right.
And I felt like, as much as I hated Black Lives Matter, I felt like the fuss that they created at least put us in the conversation.
Right.
Finally.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers is actually talking about us now. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got my black privilege card is working now.
Right.
Under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, although I didn't like the vitriol that they gave towards Trump, I did enjoy the fact that there was a conversation being had, and we could use it to steer it towards reparations and all these other different conversations, right?
Right.
When Biden won, I was like, damn, we going back to the back of the bus now.
We're going back to the bus. We're going to the back of the bus, man. Because they already came. They're both pro. If Black Lives Matter is a anti-police brutality movement, and they're supporting a pro-police cabinet, we already juxtaposed in our views. So as black people, how are y'all now going to get ahead of this pro-cop cabinet when y'all want to stop police brutality? Right. They asked Joe Biden, what do you feel about defunding the police? And he laughed. He gave y'all niggas one of those. And he's in office now, so y'all got y'all work cut out for you, boy.
And the other thing is, you see, with Trump, well, let me just say my point. With Biden, if police brutality happens, then it's on his watch. They not gonna put that on him. Which means that police brutality is gonna get media blacklisted. The media not gonna cover it again. We're gonna go back to a time where they won't cover this. So then what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna catch a murder on film, on video, on their camera, on their phone. It's gonna go viral. The media gonna ignore it, and niggas gonna wonder why the media is ignoring it. You see what I'm saying? And then we're gonna be back to square one before a Trump presidency. At least under Trump presidency, people was trying to hold the state accountable for something.
Right.
That shit crazy. You said something powerful. You used the word symbolism. I don't think you understand how powerful that was. You see, symbolism is used to control people in many ways. It can be done in good ways and it can be done in bad ways. But it's almost like a way to pacify people. Obama was president. We wasted 8 years based upon a symbol. We got a black president. They just did it to us again with a so-called black vice president now. Right. And that's what they'll use. Well, we got a black female vice president. It seems the symbol is enough to pacify and please these people.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely, bro. And that was the only fear I had. Like, the only reason why, right? If I was pro Trump getting out of office is this. It's not Trump. That's the problem for me. It's the fact that the Democrats can use him as a straw man to not get things done. So when we talk about the stimulus bill and et cetera, the Democrats have to come to the table with something that Trump can work with. Trump is the president. You have to work with the president. So the Democrats are just as guilty for leaving the fucking American people assed out as Trump is in his cabinet, whatever the case may be. But the issue is you can't hold anybody accountable because now the Democrats only use Trump as that scapegoat. So I said, cool. The only plus would be now let's get the Democrats in. And if these same problems exist, y'all can't say anything now.
Yes.
You have to hold your government accountable.
Yes.
You can't say fuck Trump and not address the issue anymore. Address the issue. Yeah. And that's where the Democrats can either rise to the occasion or this will be their nail in the coffin.
Yeah. I think that it won't be their nail in the coffin. Niggas just not gonna vote next time.
Right. Right.
You know, Granny gonna vote for the Democrats till she die.
Yeah.
Auntie gonna vote for the Democrats till they die. We know that. The problem is that's the voter base. That's the voting block.
Right.
And that's how these cats is winning off of auntie and grandma. And we not gonna get through to auntie and grandma. And Trump did a bad job in the Republicans as a whole do a bad job in targeting people who aren't voters and getting people to vote. They wasn't able to convince me to vote this time around. I ain't voting.
Yeah, and I was very shocked that the Republicans dropped the ball like that.
Yeah.
I thought, like, for me, coming into 2020, this was a shoo-in for him to win again.
Right, me too.
I think this COVID shit and how he handled the pandemic really, really fucked him over.
Yeah.
I think it's trumped, right? Like, what Trump is good for, he did during the pandemic, but it wasn't the time for it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
yes.
He held his own and saying, no, I want to put America first and holding China accountable and all of that. That's cool. But you still got to make sure the people are taken care of. And that's where he fucked up, man. That's where he fucked up.
I felt like he could have just did that with his attitude.
Right.
Just the way he was talking could have been more presidential, as people would say, right? More
absolutely.
Sympathetic.
Right, absolutely.
And I think he could have won some points with some of the people in the middle.
Definitely.
Chad Lemoyne, thank you. What up, Chad? He said, you don't attack something that's self-destructive. You help it self-destruct. If it's a threat,
I like
though,
that.
Discredit, undermine, and try to kill it. That's what they try to do to Hoteps. They try to do to brothers like Wordsmiff. Discredit, undermine, and kill.
You see, they got my page out of here.
Did they? For what?
Nothing, bro. When I tell you, this is how every election is happening. When I start to rail against the elections and my page just start getting hit with strikes. I delete all my tweets from years ago. So that means, like, so if I'm getting strikes from 2014 and 2016 and 2018, y'all are keeping my tweets and striking me for them. So the first time it happened, it was DMCA shit, and they was doing like music shit that I done deleted in like 2014, 2015. So I was like, this is weird, bro. What about I was kind of ignorant to it at the time, but then I was like, whatever, cool, got my page back, it's whatever. So around this election, I kept noticing every time I would, just speak my mind about the election, I would get a strike for something. Anything, mind you. So I got a strike for literally telling my man, y'all will kick you in the kneecap. You know how I talk. This is just how we play. So that was my second strike. And then they suspended my page for good for saying coon.
Okay.
But the strikes before that were bullshit.
All right. So I'll tell you what's happening. I know exactly what's happening. The first problem is you're in Black Twitter. That's the first problem. You see, Black Twitter has a board at Twitter, the corporation. All them feminists and all of that, they have a seat at the Twitter table. Okay? Now, if you remember when I was railing against the left, this was before all the banning and strikes, right? This is 2014.
Right.
I got lucky. When I went at Sean King And I said something about DeRay. I remember all of Black Twitter was on my neck about DeRay. I said something about him. So I ended up getting blocked by Black Twitter. Like they were blocking me. So they created a wall between me and Black Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So when I tweet Black liberal Twitter. So when I tweeted, my tweets don't reach Black liberal Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this because, like I follow Lex P and I follow you and I see y'all retweet certain people and I always get just the link. It's block. All my Black followers, I don't see their retweets. I just see links. So I have a wall up. Now, here's where I'm going with this. What they do is they mass report. So let's say you say something about Kamala. They'll type in keywords, find a tweet, send it to like a Telegram group, then mass report. And because they're higher up in Twitter, they got the connections to get the permaban.
Bro, let me tell you how spooky this was. I had a tweet go viral the night of the debate.
Okay.
Charlemagne covers the tweet in the morning. I get on and like I start to get the, you know how it goes when some shit go viral, whatever the case may be. I start getting all the attention, log on, lock my page.
You was reaching Black folks. You was waking niggas up.
Because I said all of this I said the tweet was, the first tweet was basically addressing like, I basically what I said, wow, 100 and whatever minutes of debate and Black people only got 3 to 5 minutes. Right? So that was the first tweet. And then I said, how did the tweet go, man? Because it was fucking hilarious. It went, so Joe Biden was like, so I was like, so Joe Biden, Joe Biden, you're a fucking racist, Trump. Nigga, you racist too. Moderator. All right, guys, let's move on. You get what I'm saying? And that's how that went. So that went viral. You get what I'm saying? And Charlamagne covered it and shit like that. Yeah. So it was really shining the light on how they just didn't speak on Black people, but they targeted the Black vote. Right. You get what I'm saying? I log on, see the love for a little bit, close my account for a week.
Wow. A week.
For the I'll kick you in the shin tweet. That one. For that one.
And then you were tweeting to a friend.
Yeah.
Yes, I had that happen to me.
Crazy shit. I appealed it. They denied my appeal. I can't find the email of the original email of them locking my account. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
It's deleted off the server. So I can't take that screenshot, go back and take that screenshot. That second ban was bullshit.
Right. Wow.
Because you know how you can go back in your email, search the email and be like, all right, cool. Yeah. Like all my other emails is there. That one email from Twitter isn't there. It says deleted off of the server.
Who's your email through?
My word is through my Wordsmiff email.
But Gmail or?
Gmail.
So that's on Google.
Yeah. It says deleted from the server. That means that on the other end, they deleted the email. How I know? When me and my dad send passwords, right? I take the passwords, copy them, write them down or whatever, put them in my document. He deletes the email. So when I go back to that email, it says deleted from the server.
Right.
So that's how I know. I'm in tech. You can't get by me with this stupid shit.
Wow. So they deleted on their end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Because that's the proof that's that tweet. If I could show niggas that tweet, it says, I'll kick you in the shin. 4 letters to my homeboy.
Yeah.
And I appealed it and they denied my appeal. I'm like, that's not even violent or in any way. No, like, how is that?
Yeah, because they remove context from it all, right?
Right.
Because, I think I said something to somebody like similar, like the homie. I'm like, man, shut up. I'll beat you up. Something like that. Like,
yeah.
You know how we just joke and play like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they take it as acts of violence.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody can mass report that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're doing. They'll type in, like you said, kick, right? So they'll take in these words, they'll type in kick. Oh, this the nigga that was on Charlemagne's show? We'll show him. Hey, y'all, let's get his account banned. And then they jump your account. That's why niggas be wondering how I operate on Twitter the way I do. All I do is tell jokes and block people. Oh, you want to argue? Block. Because that's what they do. They try and jump you, man.
Yep.
Oh, man. So you waiting on the appeal now?
I didn't appeal it yet.
Okay.
I got a little somebody on the inside that's seeing something about something. Okay. So I'm gonna see how that play out. And then after that, I'm gonna appeal it and see what happens.
Yeah, you should be able to get your account back. I know a bunch of people got their account back. You know, you just patient and keep pushing, you know.
Yeah.
But that's whack. It's whack. But it's because you got wrong think. You don't think the right way. And you are reaching people.
Oh, yeah.
So you're a threat.
And I realized too, bro, like in this election is the first time like I'm getting the influx. Like, I see what you mean. I get it. Like, and people starting to echo the same sentiments I'm saying. So as I'm starting to see this, the strikes are coming in, and I'm like, I'm not no conspiracy theorist and I'm not no cuckoo crazy. I'm a sane motherfucker. I just be chilling. But there's no coincidences. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no coincidences. Like,
so people, your message is starting to reach people. They starting to get it.
Absolutely. Because I'm gonna tell y'all in plain words. Just, you see how we have this conversation, and I can say some shit. We just laugh about it, move on. Yeah. The shit is true. It's just funny.
Right.
It's funny. It's funny because it's true.
Right.
And that's just how I take that's my approach to all of this. So I can reach everybody, because when you make somebody laugh, you start to really, really reach and get through them if you can make somebody laugh. So I realized when I started, if you remember me in 2016, 2017, I was so fucking angry. But as I started to just simplify it and make it a joke, that's when the shit started to go. And I'm like, I figured out the formula.
Yeah.
If you make it ironic and make it simple enough for them to grasp, like those two tweets, look, this is the time, 130 minutes. They only talked about you niggas for 60 to 90 seconds. How do you feel about that? It's simple mathematics, bro. It's simple math. If the black vote is the most important, why you only get a minute and a half from both of them?
They said, fuck y'all niggas. Get back to the back of the bus. Real talk, man. That's all I don't understand why niggas be paying attention. Let's talk Trump.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I've kept my thoughts on Trump silent for a long time, so we're gonna keep it real about Trump.
But don't you feel like you had to?
Yeah,
you had to.
No question.
You're not allowed to.
Nah, no question. Like this, like I'm a very free speech motherfucker. But I know certain shit. It's not the time yet. Like, you got to know when it's time to do that. And it's like, all right, y'all can hate Trump for now, but we're gonna talk sooner than later.
Before we talk about Trump, I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, same.
People like you have to be put in a prison. It's literally a prison. It's a mental prison.
Yeah, it is.
Because you're not allowed to say certain shit because your own people who knew you from the block,
right?
Who knew you from the raps, will look at you funny based upon some shit you researched and they didn't. Because the white man told them Trump was bad.
Yep.
So they choosing the white man over you. I completely hate that shit. Let me read the super chat and we're gonna talk Trump. Chat said, doesn't this signal to you guys that more people need to speak up and stop letting you guys take all the arrows? Speech is as free as we make it. Absolutely. And
I asked somebody that, right? So somebody came to me and they was like, you should change your message. You should say it like this. It's about how you deliver and da-da-da-da-da. And I said to them, if you have the know-how, you do it. Why do I have to do it your way?
Right.
If I did my job and you did it just like that, you will reach the people who like that.
Right.
I reach the people that like what the way I put my shit out.
Yeah.
Instead of telling me what to do, you do your job.
Right.
Why you don't want to do your job? Because what happens? You see how I gotta have this conversation with you. You don't want to have this conversation with other people. That's why you don't want to do your job. So let's leave me alone here.
They don't got that bravery to speak up.
Exactly.
So they want you to do it their way.
Exactly. So they can feel more comfortable. No. I'm not here to babysit you niggas and make y'all comfortable. I'm here to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
Yo, real talk. All right, so what do you make of Trump? I'll just leave it at that.
I think Trump is one of the most misunderstood people. I think the media did its fucking job with painting that guy as evil as he is. Do I think Trump is racist? No. I think Trump is exactly what I said. Trump is a motherfucker that's an opportunist. He don't give a fuck if you black, white, or brown. If you fucking up his bread, he wants you out of here. That's just how that go. You get what I'm saying? If you're not about getting that bread with him, he wants you out of here. Whether you white, black, it don't matter to Trump. That's what people didn't realize. That's not racism. He just doesn't give a fuck. It's a complete different ball game. When you playing on the field that Trump is on, color don't matter. You get what I'm saying? But if you present yourself in a certain way, he's going to present himself to you the way you want to be presented to. That's what people didn't realize. So when he started to realize black people like symbolism and shit, he was like, all right, give me Kanye. Give me Steve Harvey and them. Bring them here. That's what they like. Right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trump is only going to play the game that you show him he should play. But it looks like racism because you don't like him. Why isn't 2 Chainz rapping about I'm different on the stage with Biden, not what Kanye did?
True.
You get what I'm saying? So the media did his job at painting Trump as evil as possible, but I think Trump had his own agenda. I think that he went about it the wrong way, but that's the Gemini shit. We don't give a fuck who we offend on the way to getting our shit done. A lot of that is just his personality. And I'm not making no excuses for him. Like, I don't fuck with Trump. That's not my guy. You get what I'm saying? I like to take people and observe them, and then this is who they are.
Right.
This is not a good or bad. This is just who they are. You get what I'm saying? I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? If who you are is somebody I can't get with, it's not about good or bad. I just can't vibe with you.
Right.
I fuck with some of the worst niggas in the world. You gotta wipe you off the face of this earth for 100 cash. So I can't be a moral, I'm not a moral judge.
Right.
I'm a character judge. Who are you? And if I can fuck with who you are, then that's who you are. And I saw Trump for who he was. Like I said, he just gonna if you in his way, he gonna mow through you. He gonna say whatever he feel. It may not be right. It may not be wrong. It may not be right. It may be wrong, but he gonna say it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think also he was very underestimated in how calculated he was. And we need to take note and give him props on how he handled the pedophile rings. I think we need to give him a little bit more props on how open he was to have different conversations. As chaotic as it seemed, it's never going to be that easy again to get close with a president. You get what I'm saying? It's never going to be that easy because Trump was a man of his own. So it was like he's not a part of the Republican Party, so they can't stop him from doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because if Trump want to talk to Kanye at his crib, he gonna do that. If Trump want to talk to Steve Harvey, he gonna do whatever he want. So it was like if he could have got his chaos a little bit more organized, he could have been more productive. Yeah, chaos is good. Chaos is good.
Right.
But when it's too distracting from the root issues, that's when it could be a problem. And I think that's what fucked him up and tripped him up at the end. But overall, I don't have a good or bad take on Trump. I just think he is who he is, and he did what he said he wanted to do. He said he was coming after the pedophiles and all of that. He said that. He the only thing he kind of went back on his word on is bailing the big businesses out and shit like that.
Right.
That's the only thing he went back on his word. But everything else he kept his word about. He ain't never say he was gonna save black people. He ain't say he was gonna save white people. He said he was gonna put America first. And I think he did that, as crazy as it sounds. in his way. Whatever he thought he was the best, he did that. And it was for America. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe his own benefit here and there, but you can't knock a hustler.
Yeah. I think he did great with China.
I think if you look at how China is getting its foot in everywhere else, you don't want that in America. Go. No, I'm dead serious. Go listen to Trinidad political radio. They talking about China right now. I promise you. They talking about China right now. They talking about the China man. They talking about the China man right now. Serious, bro. So like you gotta understand. He wanted to put America first. We already in debt to China. You know what China does when you in debt to them? They colonize your nation. Like history has done. China is look at the places in Africa that China has its foot in. Look everywhere that China has its foot in. Colonialism is there.
Yeah.
You don't want that in America, bro. We already in debt to them.
Yeah.
You do that. You give into that now. They own us.
And Biden's is in bed with them.
Oh yeah.
Biden's in bed with them. You know what I like? I liked what you said about you'll never get access to a president like that again. I never even caught that. That's so true. Like
feel me?
Jason Whitlock went up there, interviewed him, and spoke to
you
him.
Feel me?
And Sonny Johnson and them was in the building with him, and a lot of people got around and there. Shit, Carl Civil Right. I was able to finagle him in there and to go see Trump.
I seen y'all in the White House and shit like that, bro. That ain't ever gonna happen like that ever again, bro. Where regular niggas can just come to the White House and mac with Trump just cause he like, yo, I need niggas around me. Simple. Blacks for Trump, bring them on. Trump is from Queens, bro. He from the town. He know. He just don't give a fuck because he about that money. Like he don't care.
I've never seen that many black people in the White House.
That's a fact. He had a gang, not regular black people.
Regular. I mean, the I don't know what room they was in, but that bitch was full.
You feel me?
Wall to wall. Packed,
bro. Packed.
And I'm like, it wasn't like, there ain't been that many black people on White House property since slavery. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, bro. And it's all because Trump is very self-centered. It's about his image.
Yeah.
So if it can benefit his image, he don't care.
Right.
That gonna make me some money. Fucking do it. Shut up.
And that's how I felt. I'm like, yo, this is the perfect time for black people to get some shit done.
Yeah, real shit. It really is. It really was.
He said the HBCUs came, sat down with him, said they needed some money. He said, yo, look, y'all keep coming back every year. He like, I'll just give you the whole bag so y'all don't got to keep coming back.
Just take it. Take this shit. I'm like, Trump is like, yo, look, he the president, like he running his business. Look, what? Y'all need what? We got a budget for it? Give them the fucking budget so they can stop coming to my office. Give them the budget.
Word.
What, man? I don't got to talk to them again if you give it. Why am I having this conversation? He one of them cats, you feel me? So it's like,
yeah.
You're not going to get that with Biden, bro. You're going to have to get through his underlings first. You got to see if they going to vet you. These other people going to vet you after them. Then you got to you never going to get down and sit down with Biden, bro.
Nah. Black Lives Matter requested. We still ain't heard back from Biden. Not a word. Let's talk Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Let's talk Ice Cube.
Ice Cube said he brought the plan to the Democrats,
and
they told that nigga go to the back of the bus.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to you later.
Mm-hmm.
He went to call the Republicans, and they said, "Let's have a talk."
Mm-hmm.
Then, Black liberal Twitter was able to trick Black Twitter into demonizing Ice Cube.
Mm-hmm.
OG Ice Cube. I mean, this is Ice Cube. How many films he gave us?
Yo, that's one of the craziest like what do you call it? I don't know which. That's one of the craziest mind fucks I've seen done on the people in a long time. Like when I tell you, I was shocked at that, and I'm not shocked by nothing in social media, but that I was like, they got y'all to turn y'all brains off that much, my nigga. Like that's crazy to me. Yo, bro, that you don't like that's not crazy to you for real? Like the motherfucker went to Trump with a plan for Black America and they was willing to sit down with him. Just that's it. You have an issue with that theory.
Right.
That right there to you is bad practice. That's where we fuck up.
He went with his black agenda.
With his black agenda for black people to Trump. And that's an issue because the media has demonized Trump and painted him as a racist. What racist is going to sit down with Ice Cube? You get how the truth is hilarious? It's just so simple, bro. What racist is going to see Friday and say, yeah, I want to talk to that guy? Bro, this is nonsense, man. This is nonsense.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you made me catch a cramp on my side. Yo, that's so true. What racist is going to sit down with Ice Cube? You right. Damn. And then I saw them people and they was coming at Cube. I'm like, this Ice Cube y'all talking about. The nigga worked with John Singleton, gave us all these black films. And
bro, I saw him on an interview with like a couple of black women, and then they was like, well, you was going there speaking up for black women. He said, all right, so y'all help me. Come on. They was like, no. That was the craziest shit I ever seen. He said, come on board and help. They said, no, cause what?
Yeah. That same ones he put in films. He put them on, my nigga. Imagine you put crazy, this bitch in your film, put her on the map.
That's crazy.
Then she turn around and stab you in the back.
That shit is crazy, bro. I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life.
The grip that they have on our people is like that Darth Vader Jedi shit.
Nah, real shit. And I'm not like, and we like, I get why people rail against like the get off the plantation black Republicans and shit like that, because you can't leave one plantation and go to the other. But
facts. That
theory just simply plain by itself, we got to get off this mental plantation, bro. Like that's a fact.
Yes.
Like that's just a fact. Like it don't matter what side you play. You got to get something. It don't make sense. Like that's like how can you even put this in even simpler terms, my nigga? That's like going to the block and trying to buy some work, and then you buy from the most expensive nigga and not your man's that got it for the low. That don't make sense, bro. My man charging you the high and extra percentage. Your man got it for the low and don't want no points on it. You not going what? You going nah? I want to go with the more expensive nigga. That don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense how we playing this game. Like, nah, we don't want to go. We don't want to put our best interests forward. We just want a nigga in office. That's so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. And then to turn their backs. What do you think about when Lil Wayne went to go see him?
Lil Wayne is a fool. But Lil Wayne's just a fool when it comes to political shit. So it's not like I would, you know what I mean, look to Lil Wayne for any political gains of him speaking to Trump. So I'm only thinking like Lil Wayne going to go see his mans, because Trump was a big hip hop head back in the day. Yeah. So it's like, let me go see my mans in the White House. So that's all I assumed. I'm like, Lil Wayne ain't going up there with no plans and no black agenda. He going to see his nigga. Like y'all mad at him for no reason. They been cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump was out. Niggas forget Trump was outside when Dipset and Lil Wayne was running with Joel Santana and all of them. Yeah. Niggas forget Hov and them had Trump bars, Trump Tower bars, all of that. Y'all forget Trump is a huge part of New York City culture, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And then 50 came out. He said, y'all don't like these Biden taxes. And then they came at 50 neck, but 50 too cool and savvy to get canceled.
Yeah, he's too cool and savvy to get 50 is just being 50. You don't even, like, for me, it's like I said, I kept my thoughts quiet on it. 50 just shouldn't have said shit. Like,
right.
You feel how you feel, but you 50, bro. Don't say nothing about it. You ain't gotta say shit.
Yeah, I feel like he be trolling though.
Yeah, he don't give a shit about. When you seeing 50 going to no fucking election polls, nigga? Imagine 50 Cent punching those little ass buttons. That shit ain't happening, yo. What 50 voting at, bro? 50 sending in the absentee ballot. Think about it. Come on, son. Niggas just be mad for no reason.
Yo, you try to put that visual in my head, and I just can't see 50 doing that.
You can't see 50 going to no election polls, bro. 50 not doing that.
He not filling in no absentee ballot, no mail-in
come
ballot.
on now. Who sending it off? Tony Yayo?
Because if it's somebody that's gonna do it, it's definitely Yayo.
It's definitely
and
Yayo.
You not seeing Yayo. You be like, 50, we sending ballots, my nigga?
I'm not doing that shit.
I'm not doing that
Y'all
shit.
niggas gotta vote. I ain't voting shit. That shit ain't happening.
Yayo be like, nigga, just show me a body I need to catch. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to fucking pass no ballot. The other thing that killed me about the black liberals was when Kanye decided to run.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the voice chat app, and they arguing with any and everybody about why it don't make sense to vote for Kanye. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, y'all sit on this app once again all day complaining about white supremacy and racism, and y'all arguing over which white man to vote for when you got a nigga sitting right there. I'm so flabbergasted.
It's funny. It's like, it's exactly like, you know how people feel about Kanye because he said he went to go see Trump. But again, it's like we've thought ourselves into these corners that we can't maneuver no more. You know what I'm saying? Like black people have now painted themselves. You know how they say paint yourself into a corner. Yeah. We have painted ourselves into this mental corner to where, like, if we get out of this box now, we wrong. You feel me? Like, so we gotta stand our ground on this bullshit. Like, no, bro. Like, no. It's simple shit, bro. You may not fuck with Kanye, but who you gonna get more out of? Kanye or Joe Biden? You might not fuck with Kanye, but who you gonna get more out of? Kanye or Joe Biden? But it's funny because Bill Burr said a great joke, and he used Kanye. So he was like, he's listening to this guy go off or whatever the case may be. He sees it's Kanye or whatever the case may be. He's like, he's glad it wasn't Hitler. You get what I'm saying? Because he's like, he said it made him think. He was like, when you're loud and obnoxious, your ceiling is Kanye. When you're loud and obnoxious as a white man, your ceiling is Hitler. You get what I'm saying? He was like, Bill Burr painted that picture so perfect. You get what I'm saying? So it just shows how, like, regardless of how popular Kanye is or he's a black man, us as black people will keep him there just because that's his ceiling. He can't be no more than that. We're not going to uplift him more than that. He can't be that because we don't like him. So we got to put a white man in office. It's crazy, but it's like, it's just how it works.
That's another form of self-imposed racism.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm like, we can't sit here and be mad about racism and privilege when we won't acknowledge our own prejudice and privilege within our own communities. Yeah. We only like a specific type of black to lead us.
He got to be wearing a suit and a tie and talk just right. Which is just the same thing white people used to do to us. It should be killing me. That's why I refuse. I threw out my suits. I don't own a suit.
I don't wear no fucking suits. You're never going to catch me in a suit again. Ever again. I'm not wearing a suit ever again. I haven't worn a suit in years, bro. Last suit I wore was to a funeral, so I had to retire it.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw my suits out.
Every suit I wear to a funeral, I never wear again.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't see myself assimilating. You know, we talk about, white supremacy, and white supremacy is assimilating into their culture.
Yeah, that's it.
And that suit is assimilating and becoming white.
Yeah, definitely.
When I dress up, I wear traditional African garment from Ghana.
Yeah, I got traditional African garments now. That's what I use when I dress up.
That's my dress up. I'm not assimilating with white culture. That's why you always catch me wearing a hoodie that either I created or one of the homies created.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not good enough for black folks. You can't talk that smart shit in a hoodie.
No, it's not good enough. So like, again, you could be as smart as you want, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? You as a nigga, you only got a certain ceiling. Like, that's it. You can't get no higher than this. Black people can't see that. They can't see an actual nigga leading them.
An actual real nigga leading them. They can't see it.
They can't see that. They can't see that. Think about it. They don't even like what we say when we talk about putting black people first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's simple shit like that. Why do we have to argue with black people about putting black people first? Just this whole simple conversation about voting. Yo, pick your better interest. No. Why do we have to argue about black people picking for their better interest? Why do we have to argue about that? Why is that a debatable thing to black people? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't make no sense.
Right. And you just went full service and brought me right back to that tweet from that black woman. Because that's exactly what was happening here.
Mm-hmm.
I said the black agenda folder is empty and this cancel student loan debt folder is full. So after she said, I'm going to read the whole thing now to give it context. Texture. Said, I understand your suspicion, but this mindset is part of the problem. Affordable education benefits and provides opportunities for us all. Us all.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, I'm talking about black folks. Biden is considering both cancellation and existing debt and giving everyone else a credit by making public education free, cancel student debt. My response was, how good does that Kool-Aid taste? Her response was, I have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, master's in environmental engineering.
I'm already laughing.
You see where this is going, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a PhD candidate in environmental engineering. I am professionally licensed engineer making over 6 figures. So while my Kool-Aid of choice these days is wine, I'd say it tastes pretty damn good.
Okay.
So I said to her, so you drank the whole gallon. Got it. Here we are talking about black problems. And her response is her elitist mentality about her degrees and how much money she makes.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like I always tell people, like, y'all want to do shit for black people, but until black people do something with their own consciousness, we're not getting nowhere.
Right.
We're not getting nowhere. Like, even when you think, that it brought me back to this thought I had when you mentioned white supremacy.
Uh-huh.
White supremacy to me is a construct as well. Hear me out here.
I'll hear you.
Hear me out here. We don't have to, you know what I'm saying, immerse ourselves in white culture.
Mm.
Of course, whites are going to be on top of their own culture, right? We're injecting ourselves in their culture and in their system and in their world. That's not white supremacy. That's just how the game go. Feel me?
Yes.
White man coming to rap. What he got to do? He got to pay his dues, right?
Got to pay his dues.
A lot of fucking dues, too.
He going to get beat up, too.
He going to get his ass whipped. He going to fight somebody. Eminem had it rough. Tell you that much.
Eminem had it rough.
I'm tell you that much.
Yes.
Feel me? Rough. Why? It's our shit. Black supremacy. Eminem is, of course, weighed with the greats and all that. But for the most part in this culture, no, he not.
Right.
Why? Because it's our shit.
Right.
Feel me? So there's a lot that got to come before you just off rip. That's our culture.
Right.
We make the rules.
Yes.
That's our shit. We own it.
Yes.
So now when you inject yourself into white society now, it's not your shit. It's not your rules. You don't own it. You got to play their game. We coming in basically saying, hey, we want to play your game and make it easy for us. We don't like how y'all game going. Y'all gotta skew it so we can win more.
I had to look at the timestamp because that's the clip right there.
Why the fuck would anybody do that? Why? Really think about this shit. If you got a house, somebody moves in your house. Can they tell you how to move the fucking furniture?
No.
Can they tell you to make it more comfortable for me?
Absolutely not.
No. You gonna take the fucking couch? I got a couple blankets. I want better blankets on your dime.
On my dime. You must be out your mind.
You get what I'm saying? Now the only context here is we built a house. Cool. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But now we just thought this is the reality we in now.
Yeah.
This day shit. We built it. We ain't take advantage of it. It's day shit now. It is what it is.
Right.
Sure, we built it. That's our fault we ain't take advantage. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sure, systematic and all of that. Cool. A lot of shit happened along the way. History is cool. But we got to talk about right now. Do we have the power and resources to change our reality? Yes, we do. Do we? No, we do not. So we can't look at white supremacy and we can't look at no other cultures if we not doing our own culture right.
Mm.
Look at hip hop. We sold it to the highest bidder.
Mm. Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Every piece of our culture we sell off as entertainment.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? We are now even just consumers of our own shit that we sell back to us.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So we even playing by their rules with our shit now.
Mm.
So now we can't even control how hip hop go because now we said, hey, we want to move hip hop into your house.
Right.
You feel me? So we can't sit here and say, oh, this white supremacy thing exists. We don't have to play by their rules. We don't have to. We got to get our bread and do what we do. Of course, you got to do what you got to do in this society. But we not doing what we supposed to do for our own society, right. Us as people. Of course, white people are going to put their own people first. We ain't putting ourselves first now. Mm. We asking them for shit before our people.
Right.
You feel me? That's our reality, and we got to come to terms with that.
Mm. Mm. That's so real. And you know, I said it on the voice chat app. I said it seems like there's no room for accountability. All y'all want to do is complain. Mm-hmm. Right? And they came at my neck. We ain't in here complaining. We talking solutions, da-da-da. And I was like, all right, I digress. Then somebody else got to talking and said something. The same kid popped up complaining about systemic racism. I said, see, y'all doing it again.
Right.
We got this room. We all black in here. We could really make things happen. We could really start organizing.
Yo, that app, that voice chat app is the perfect example of how we just not doing what we supposed to do. You got a bunch of people with privilege and power. This is the top blacks right here.
Yeah.
And they on that app that somebody else created complaining about not having no equity in an app that somebody else fucking created when all of y'all got the money to do your own fucking thing. Woo! That's the perfect fucking example. Right there. These motherfuckers just came and built something and said, y'all could play here and y'all played there like little ass fucking kids and complaining now and not doing your own shit. I don't want to hear nothing about these elite niggas no more, bro. These niggas is pussy, man.
Yo, real talk. I gotta be honest with you. Somebody hit me the other day. Bless her heart. Like, no diss at her at all. Not trying to diss her, but she hit me up. Mm-hmm. She was like, yo, you ain't been on the app. Where you at? I'm like, first of all, I don't even like people that much to be talking to a bunch of strangers, you know what I'm saying? Especially motherfuckers that's going to be complaining about white folks. I'm just tired of hearing motherfuckers complaining about white folks.
Yeah, no.
But it's just like, here we are again about to make another group of white folks rich.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even a hate, a prejudice or a racial thing. It's the fact that we flock to these apps and we make them pop.
Yep.
We make them pop. They become super equitable. But we don't get a piece of the pie. Are we on the board?
Nope.
Nobody got a board seat? Nobody own a piece of the pie?
Nope.
I heard somebody say that they're building a black version of the app.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And
Yeah, I can't wait to see that if they do it, man.
Well, they said it's almost ready or should be in beta version now, or because I said this in the thing. I'm like, yo, y'all know y'all on a white app complaining about white people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they said, well, somebody's building a black version of this. I'm like, well, I'm here for it, man. That's what we need to do, because
that's what we need to do.
If y'all leave this app done.
Right. Right. And that's why I didn't even take like the Twitter shit. I didn't even take that shit to heart. This day shit.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I gotta play by their rules. If they take my page, fuck it. That's their shit. Right. I know I was railing against the fucking, you know what I'm saying? The status quo. I know that. So of course, you know what I'm saying? I'm not nobody special where, you know what I mean? I'm not, I can't be subjected to, you know, these. No, bro, this they shit.
Right.
This they shit. That's it.
That's what I be saying to white conservatives. Like, oh my God, the deplatform. I'm like, yo, it's they shit. Fuck did you expect?
Right. You can't get mad at somebody saying, all right, nah, you can't do that in my house. It is what it is.
Yeah. Operate by the rules. And they always ask me, aren't you afraid of getting deplatformed? I'm like, no, I play by the rules, motherfucker. I know what I can and can't say on they
right.
I know I can't curse in my mama house. You know
right, exactly. I'm learning, you feel me? Yeah. I still be acting a fucking fool wherever I go, you feel me?
I mean, we gotta push the boundaries. We gotta push the boundaries a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I pushed them a little too hard, but still.
I learned my lesson that weekend when Carl and them was in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
So Carl and them was blowing weed in the they did edibles in the White House.
Right.
And then they did the video went viral.
Mm-hmm.
And Candace Owens and them knew those was my invites.
Mm-hmm.
So she texts me like, yo, what the fuck? You got your people in here getting high in the White House, the video going viral, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I ain't grown ass men. You act like I told them, like, yo, guys, go in the White House and do weed and blow this shit.
Yeah.
Like, they grown ass men. If they felt like doing edibles and talking about it, that's what they did. I didn't set this up. Like, she tried to paint me as like some sort of like cartel kingpin or some shit trying to sabotage. No, I invited my homies. Y'all kicked me out. And I told my homies, go have a good time. Like, y'all know, I didn't ask them to go boycott. No, like, I need y'all niggas in the White House. We need that representation, like, you know, representation like they say. I need somebody on the inside to keep an eye on things. You know what I'm saying? And what happened right after that? My account got hit with a strike. I said, oh, the right doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
They smacked my hand. They said, bad boy. And I got hit with a 24-hour ban. The same night, Candace Owens texted me, scolding me for what some other men did. And that's when I was like, ooh, I got to be careful when I kick this beast.
Mm-hmm.
Because it exists on both sides.
Yes, sir. That's why it's like you can't get trapped in the red versus blue shit, man. Like this may sound crazy. I implore everybody to put their own people first, white, black, whatever the case may be, as long as it's not harming nobody else. Like, that's how it should be. We're not going to be able to live life through each other's islands. We just got to understand that it's different. That's it. There ain't no more thinking to that. Ain't no more thinking to that. No white people are not going to be able to see and feel what you feel. They can only possibly attempt to empathize, and they don't have to do that.
Facts.
Feel me? So, I mean, self-preservation is key. That's all I'm going to say.
Word. Chad Lemoyne said, remember the white woman in NYC lecturing you? Yeah, let me tell you that story.
What happened with that?
So I went to a Trump rally in New York City.
Right.
The only reason why I went was because a black man was running it and asked me to come.
Mm-hmm.
And his daughter was a big fan of mine. She wanted me to introduce her to Candace Owens. I got her to introduce her to Candace Owens. I got her in the club. So I was like, yo, I'm doing this because of you.
Yeah.
And I did it for Chick-fil-A. The nigga couldn't pay me. He said, look, I hit you over some Chick-fil-A. I'm like, good. I get some chicken sandwich. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do for my peoples. Now, we go to this shit, everybody getting attacked. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I got my bodyguard with me, you know, he's strapped. You know, I'll go everywhere
Mm-hmm.
with niggas strapped up. So,
Of course.
this one girl, like, white lady, she's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, how could you support Trump? And I'm like, I don't, the clip's online. I think I said, I'm like, who you want me to vote for? Biden? She's like, yeah, da, 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 da. And I broke it down to simple to her. I said, here we have a white woman telling a black guy to vote for a white man. Y'all don't see that? You don't see that that's white supremacy?
Right.
And she was stuck in her tracks. That video's online.
That's crazy. I gotta see that video. And I was thinking about that too, right? Here's the headbanger, right? With that kind of thinking. So as somebody that works in the community, we start to talk about voting and shit like that. And I'm like, I can't vote for neither of them. And they're like, well, you don't care about black people.
Cause you don't want to vote for either of them.
Bro, I'm in the hoods. What are y'all talking about? I'm actually in the hoods. Like, I'm really out there. The shit y'all voting to do, I do. The shit y'all voting for white people to do for the hood, I already do. And y'all don't give a fuck that I do it. So how you gonna tell me I don't give a fuck about black people? You don't give a fuck about black people. Nigga, I'm right here and you don't even fuck with me and I do shit for the community.
That's the shit that kills me.
You gonna tell me I don't fuck with black people? That was the craziest part of this whole election. That it's like we've gotten to the point where like white people and everybody can tell you don't care about black people, even when you actually doing shit for black people because you got to participate in the symbolism. The rituals, you feel me?
The rituals. Yes.
You know, I could go there, you feel me?
I know you know. That's why I'm repeating you, the rituals. Because that's what this shit is. It's symbolism and rituals, man. And that shit is more important to them because that's what they can see. They can't see you in the hood every day. But they got the nerve to tell you that you fucked up because you won't participate in the white man system.
Who don't even give a fuck about the people that I'm working for.
Right.
That I commit my time to. And risk my life for. I'm not going to the good hoods. I'm going to 125th and Lex. I'm in the middle of the shits. I'm going to the Ville standing on the corner. That ain't my hood. I don't make no calls before I pull up in no hood. I just pull up. Because you know why? Real niggas understand what that is. When you doing for the hood, that's respected. Right. Don't matter where you from. Right. Don't matter where you from. You in the hood going to give back, and it don't matter if you from that hood or not. They going to come check, yo, what's good? What you got over here? Y'all, I'm just giving people food. I bet we got you. Let us know what you need. Can I get a bag? For sure. That's how the hood is, bro. You show the hood love, the hood going to show you love back. Everybody want to take from the hood. That's the problem. Niggas getting killed in the hood, and like we can say gun violence is the problem. No. These rappers is getting money, leaving the hood and coming back to the hood and flaunting. They're not building their hoods back up. Why they getting shot in their own hoods then? The only person that it was inexcusable for was Nipsey, bro. You feel me? And I'm not condoning none of it, but you got to understand the real conditions of the hood and understand that its actions and its consequences. You feel me? You got to give back. You got to do for people. If you don't do, like, if you got a wolf and you don't feed that motherfucker, and you with that wolf every day, that wolf is gonna do what? Who's the next meal? You. And is it that wolf's fault that he ate you and you wouldn't feed him? And that goes for poor whites, bro. When poor whites wild out and all of that shit, they not getting fed. It's the same shit. That's why we could get it. Talk about this race. Nigga, it don't matter, bro. Most of this country is poor, bro. We living in make-believe right now.
I think, so I want to address that. You said most of the country's living in poor, right? And the people online complaining about white privilege don't realize that the 1% of the population that exists on Twitter is privileged.
Right. They don't understand that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't really get that. That's not grasped for them. Like the shit y'all fighting for don't even reach the hood. Get what I'm saying? Feel me?
Hood don't know nothing about this shit.
The diversity in hiring in corporations. You need a degree to get a job, bro. Half of the hood ain't got degrees, bro.
Yeah.
How we not thinking of how it benefits? If it benefits the lowest people, then we could start to work up.
Yeah.
We only think about ourselves, like, oh yeah, we need more money in my job because I'm black, and that's it.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You know what I mean? So a lot of this shit we don't want to admit, but it's self-inflicted.
Samantha Harrison said, Wordsmith is speaking these facts. Great show. Thank you, Samantha Harrison.
Thank you.
Susan Davis said, I have one white parent and one black parent, and white people don't have a culture, which is why the youth envy the black culture.
Right. That makes sense, bro. It's true.
Is it true that white people don't have a culture?
They don't have a culture like ours. Their culture is different.
Okay.
So their culture, like they can say they don't have a culture, but their culture is progressing themselves. That's their culture. You get what I'm saying? Making sure that their family is successful. That's their culture. You get what I'm saying? Like white people in this country are descendants of the Europeans and things of that nature. You gotta understand they're after their own, you know what I mean? Their own progression. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. It's not that they don't have a culture, it's that their culture just looks different. It's the reason why they know about just simple shit that they think is simple to them that we just don't know. You get what I'm saying? Like how to actually effectively bank, how to actually effectively invest a business, how to start a business. They know that they get that. You get what I'm saying? Being able to just, you know what I'm saying? My pop's got a business, I can come in, and that's not the case for all white people. You feel what I'm saying? But their culture is definitely the progression of themselves and their people. You get what I'm saying? Even the poor whites is like, I'm a white man, I can be rich one day. That's why, you know what I mean? It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of conditioning going on here, but the culture is just different.
See, I got to cite Thaddeus Russell in his book. I think it's a chapter called When White People Had Rhythm. And it was a point where white folks and black folks in America was dancing and carrying on together, and it was a lot of unity culturally, you know what I mean? And he said what happened was there was a Puritan movement that came about, and for example, I would call it a rebranding.
Okay.
The Irish was called basically, white niggas. The Italians was called
white
niggas.
Yeah.
And what they had was a rebranding to get accepted by the Anglo-Saxon, the WASP, right? And the branding was stay away from them niggas, stop dancing like them niggas, stop dressing like them niggas, stop having fun like them niggas, do the waltz. The waltz is like, this very strict dance. And don't do no dances where you bend your elbows and bend your knees, right? And white folks wanted to do that. And in order for them to rise, they had to assimilate. And that's what we're dealing with today. In order to rise as black people, you have to assimilate.
You have to assimilate. Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what we have is an assimilation problem. So when they say white people don't have a culture, really the fun was taken out of it by the Puritan movement.
Copy.
Taps $6.99 Canadian dollars. Thank you. Logosis $2 super chat. He said this is heat. And word up, man. Yo, fucking Wordsmith is an intellectual titan, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure you've been called Hotep a bunch of times.
Bro, I bang Hotep. Yeah, I might not be down with y'all gang like officially, but I'd be like, yeah, I'm Hotep. Fuck it, I'm Hotep then, nigga. Where my shit at, man? So come on, man.
Let's go.
You feel me? It's Hotep Nation. You feel me? Like it is what it is. It's like if you remember, I didn't really get what the fuck you was talking about at first. You know what I'm saying? Took me a minute to understand who you were and what the Hoteps were. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, oh, the Hoteps is off or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So I start to pay attention a little bit more. Me and you start talking a little bit more. And I'm like, at first, I'm not feeling it. Not going to keep it. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
But then I'm still learning at the same time, too. So as I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see I start to see the red pill a little bit. Like, I didn't agree with the Republican shit and all of that shit. But I'm like, I get what they doing, though. And I'm starting to realize my views more so align there than anywhere else. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not somebody that just subscribe and say, oh, I'm this and I'm that. So it's like I start to think for myself and I start to make, you know what I'm saying, statements. And they're like, oh, you some Hotep niggas. So now I'm really paying attention. Like, what is these niggas talking about to where I'm getting called this shit? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't no fucking Hotep. You gotta fuck you, suck my dick. You a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking that as disrespect. Yeah. And then after a while, it's like, oh, I see why they call me that. Well, yeah, nigga, fuck yes. I do believe in a nuclear black family and I do believe in practicing moral capitalism within the black community. I do believe in all of that shit. Yeah. So, yeah, fuck you. I'm a Hotep. Shut the fuck up. How about that? Yeah. How about that? How about that? How about that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, let me teach now. Hotep mean peace, motherfucker. So yes, I'm a peaceful motherfucker. Call me what you want.
Right. Yeah. You know what it was for me was I had all the John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Tony Martin, Khalid Muhammad, Shaka Akmos, Dr. Kaba Khamenei. I did my studies. And in doing the studies, I was seeing where everyone went wrong. Sinetta. Yeah. I seen where everyone went wrong.
Wow, we went down the same path because I was studying all that shit too. Sinetta too. Like, OD.
Sinetta was a big part of that because he was introducing us to the characters, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And even Tariq Nasheed, I give him credit with Hidden Colors, right?
Yep.
Because that sort of put Kaba Khamenei on my radar.
Right.
So I'm studying and I'm looking and I'm just like, something missing here. Couldn't put my finger on it. But I'm naturally a strategist. I'm a marketing strategist. I strategize ways to do things that are unorthodox. And when that whole Trump shit hit, and I got to thinking, and I'm like, you know what's been missing from Hotep? White folks. White folks. Why is there a wall up between the conscious community and white folks? Yeah. And I said, you know what? That's what we're going to differentiate us from the rest of the conscious community. I'm going to tear down that wall and say, white folks, I love you. Because what I learned about hate is, how the phrase go? Hate is drinking poison and thinking that the other person's going to die. Because you got to remember, I come from a place where I was referring to white people as peckerwoods and you know what I mean? And like, I hated white people.
Yeah.
Hated white. Like when I saw them, my blood would boil. But when I had my spiritual awakening, I was just like, yo, this is killing me. Yeah. Like when I walk down the street and see a white person, it's affecting me. The white person still walking down the street with a smile on his face. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, I let that hate go. And I was like, if white people, and this is their game, and this is their culture, then they probably got a lot to offer us. And I said, you know what? White people could be Hotep too. and part of the troll was the fact that I knew black people wasn't going to like it.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, because it's very off-putting, bro, because especially like coming into, like at that time, I'm coming into consciousness and, you know, I'm studying the same people you study, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like white people at this time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, this nigga fucking with the whites? I'm not jacking that shit. And it's like now, it's like, I rail against white people. Yes, absolutely. But you see me. I also rail against my own people and our own. So it's not, I don't hate nobody, but I got smoke for everybody.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, white people, y'all need to organize your people. For real shit. If you want to come help black people, organize your people first. That's my shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't hate you. I'm very indifferent. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Unless you try to harm me, I'm gonna harm you. If you want to benefit, we can work together. Fuck it, we family. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had that same spiritual awakening where it's like I can't be emotional about all of this shit because none of it is real. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of it is real. So if I sit here and I allow my spirit to be affected by shit so it's like being mad at a baby, bro. It's like, yeah, these people been conditioned to be dickheads. I don't got to be mad at them for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no anger there. There's just indifference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's no love, it's no hate. But if it's smoke, there's smoke. If there's love, there's love. Let's do it however you want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, some black people was coming at me and, you know, at the genesis of it all. And they said, oh, no, these white people, da, da, da. So I put a tweet out, a quote tweet. And I said, white people, can you tell this black person what we stand for? And it was literally 100 people flooded this person mentions. They said, oh, this is about black independence. Ain't they like black nationalists? So the person had to think back like, holy shit, they got white people respecting black nationalism?
Absolutely.
They thought I was cooning. No, I just put down the guns and stopped pointing them at white people and just said, yo, I got a ceasefire. I ain't got no problem with y'all. But this is what I stand for and y'all gonna respect it.
That's a fact.
And they didn't realize white people will respect that shit.
They will.
Human nature says when you stand your ground, people respect it.
That's a fact.
That's human nature.
That's a fact. It's human nature, bro. That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fact. I'm with you on that, bro. Yeah.
And had I not did that, would I be on Joe Rogan? Hell.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not.
I'm black.
And I'm everybody like I got white homies. You feel me? Like
Word.
I got white homies. So it's like I talk my shit, but it's not like I'm racist. I'm not really racist. I'm just gonna tell the truth about you.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be quiet about the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth about you. If you take that personally, that's on you. You can tell the truth about me too. I done bullshit. I was a gangbanger. I sold drugs back in my hood. You can talk shit about me. You get what I'm saying? You can point the finger at me, but I'm gonna take accountability for it. If you can take accountability for your shit and I can, we can work together.
Right. Facts. And I'm gonna tell you one last thing about this movement that's funny. People say, oh, white people could be Hotep now? I said, oh, so you not Hotep? You mad white people are some shit you didn't want to claim.
Right.
Right? Then I said, let's take it a bit further. You see this flag right here? You think a nigga bought this shit for me? A white man bought this shit. Who was the first one to put, who was the Medici family that put $100K behind a tech company that Hotep Jesus partly owns? A white man. Right.
And just to even like, for people that's just, he not cooning right now. What he's saying is, resources is there.
Resources is there. Scott Adams said the greatest untapped resource for the black community is white people. I never put it into those words, but he did. And that's what I couldn't process in words what I was doing, but I understood, well, they got white privilege, then why are we not trying to work with them? And there's a whole lot of white people out there that want to help, that don't agree with this system, that don't fuck with Trump and don't fuck with Biden, or don't fuck with Biden, or understand why people don't fuck with both and will still help you.
Absolutely.
Because you know why? A lot of them came up on hip hop. A lot of them came up on hip hop. Fucking Chad, that nigga, that white man will recite some shit, some old raps that I don't even know.
Yo, exactly. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like our cultures have merged on certain levels. So just how like we got to look at the times. You get what I'm saying? We're aging out a lot of old bullshit. You get what I'm saying? So as the generations go, you'll see less of it because there'll just be less of it. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like most of white folk was racist. So of course their kids and then their grandkids is going to be a little racist. That's just how that go. Facts. You get what I'm saying? But as those people get taken out of the equation, now you got these kids that grew up on hip hop and now they starting to have families and you got to understand that's just how that goes. Generationally, these cultures will start to merge a little bit more. Now, where we have to be careful is that's how ancient Egypt got fucked up, if you know the history. You know what I'm saying? Intertwining with the cultures, and then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
you know what I mean? So
that was another thing I studied before I made the decision to allow white people in. Because I read Destruction of Black Civilization.
You already know William Chancellor. That's my shit.
William Chancellor. So before I embarked on anything, I did my studies. And I said, what was it that made Africa fall.
Yep.
And when I found that out, I realized how to insulate Hotep Nation from usurpation.
Yeah, exactly. You can merge the cultures without merging the cultures.
So we wrote the 10 Hotep Commandments. Right? 10 Hotep Commandments. And there's some other things I can't discuss publicly because the Alphabet Boys is watching. But I've put security measures in place to insulate Hotep Nation from being victim of a coup.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, even in Hotep Nation, don't know what those security measures, and those are part of the security measures.
Exactly.
But you got to mitigate for those risks, man. You got to mitigate for those risks, and that's what a lot of people.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, because I was gonna say that's where we think ourselves and again paint ourselves into these corners. We say, oh, look what happened to Black Wall Street. No, we have to look at what happened. Did we have the security enough to defend ourselves? We want to be on this peace shit. We got to understand a part of this organization is very violent. You know what I'm saying? There's a military aspect to this.
Yes.
Because you have to defend your shit.
Yeah. That's
simple
step one.
math. That's step one. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at these things and look how we could change them, make them, one, translate to times now, and two, how can we secure our shit? That's where we fucked up. We didn't secure it.
Let me give the chat as we wind down here. I'm gonna read some super chats and I'm gonna let Smith get out of here. I'm gonna just tell y'all what I learned from destruction of Black civilization. The first thing that came were the religious missionaries. And the religious missionaries were also doubled as traders. And I'm not traders with an O-R-S. I'm talking about traders as in merchants. And they would sit on the outskirts of our nations, on the borders. But what we didn't realize were they were actually acting as spies and studying us, these religious missionaries. And one of the first religious missionaries to destroy African civilization was Islamic missionaries of the Arab persuasion. And what they did was they created something called an Afro-Arab. This is all from destruction of Black civilization. And this Afro-Arab had people who look like Arabs and people who look like Africans questioning, who do I ally with? This Arab invader or this African who looks like me, because this Arab invader shares my religion. Then Christianity came and similar things happened. But then something really, really big happened. Mansa Musa came around, started tossing gold coins all over Egypt and crashed the economy. Nigga made it rain. He was the first nigga to make it rain.
First one. I love that story.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that happen that we did to ourselves, but a lot of it starts with the spies sitting on the outside and watching.
Absolutely.
And
add on to what add on what you're saying, like even when you talk about ancient Egypt and they talking about how ancient Egypt fell, and it was the intermarriages.
The intermarriages, yes.
To now where if you have a son, if you take your daughter and marry them to this whatever Asiatic person, whatever the case may be, now and they have a son, the son is going to say, where do I go, with my mother or my father? And they go with the father. You get what I'm saying? So that's what happens when a lot of these villages started to sell their daughters off. Eventually, these people started to take over the tribes.
Yes. Yes. That's something else that was in that script. Oh. Yeah, absolutely, man. Dabbing David strikes again. Are you dabbing over there? All right. He said, from your whitest fan ever. He said, well, I guess I'm one of those Irish white in words, but still, I love listening to people that can actually think for themselves, people that can break away from the herd. Thank you, Dabbing David.
Shout out to Dabbing David, man. sounds like my kind of peoples, man. Holla at me, follow me, let's build.
I haven't dabbed in a minute, man. Look, I I only dabbed maybe a handful of times, man. I remember the first time I dabbed, nigga, I was like, all right, I'm good now. I'm good
I
for the
only did
night.
it twice, man. I was like, I'm gonna stick to what I know.
This is just a little too high for me.
A little too much for me. I'm gonna stick to what I know.
Trout Pal LA said, Hotep, love what you're doing. Keep it up. Adam Curry, hit me to you. Shout out to Adam Curry. He said, from an Irish Filipino that grew up in Venice, CA in the 90s. See? It's something about white folks that grew up in the 90s, man. 90s was a powerful era, man.
The 90s was just a powerful era, bro. I don't know what it was about that era, but everywhere you look in every era that's followed, you got to trace it back to the 90s.
Yeah.
You got to trace it back to the 90s. The fashion always goes back. The music always goes back. It was something, I'm going to say this, enchanting about the 90s.
And when people said, yo, make America great again, they said, when was America great? The first thing that came to my head, because I sat down and I thought about it. It's a good ass fucking question. When was America great? And I sat down and I thought about it and I said, the fucking 90s, yo.
Yo, and it's crazy because the 90s was as good as it was also terrible because it was so violent, but it was it was so much fun within that chaos. I will say that.
It was a lot of free speech too.
Yeah, Khalid Muhammad was still in play. You feel me? A lot of people were still in play and doing their thing. That was the last of the Mohicans in the 90s, man.
I was in the car yesterday. We was driving. I'm listening to Sirius XM because there's no commercials, right? And I forget what I was playing. I think I was playing like some new locks or something like that. I don't remember what I was playing, but something. And my daughter was like, Dad, go to the 90s station. And I turned around and looked. I'm like, you talking about 90s music? She's like, yeah, go to the 90s. I'm like, yo, you listen to the 90s? What you know about that? She's like, that's the best music. I'm like, oh shit, my daughter like 90s music. I was like, let's go.
Exactly, bro. The 90s
and
was
then,
it, man.
Some Usher came on. When I know somebody, she started singing it. I was like, yo, my daughter knows Usher. I was like, so I don't know what happened, but you said it. Something about the 90s was really enchanting. Yeah. If we can find out what that is and duplicate it. I mean, that was the last time hip hop was conscious, quote unquote, Hotep.
Actually, I had this conversation. It was the last time creation was creation and not formulaic.
Ooh, yeah.
Remember, right after 90s started to usher in a digital era with the ringtone rap.
Yes.
Ooh, you get what I'm saying?
Yes, ringtone rap.
So the labels started to gain more traction within hip hop and get their pause within hip hop, into which it became more formulaic. Because now, if you think the 90s really ushered in like the G units, the Ja rules, and all of that, that's when everything started to become a little more formulaic and numbers based.
Yes. Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So 90s was more about capturing the moment and essence of the era. After that started to become about capturing the moment and essence of the era, but more of a pinpointing on the gangster rap aspect. And if you remember what the early 2000s into the mid 2000s really looked like.
Yeah. It started.
And then it started to change again after that. You get what I'm saying? They figured out the formula after about 2009 into 2010.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So I would say the 90s is not that far away, but it was the last time creation was creation and not formulaic.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of the time the music goes back to the 90s.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Because now it can be formulaic and duplicated in sound.
Yeah. It's like a mathematical equation.
Exactly. Nothing is created now. There's no new creations now. If you in music, when's the last time you've heard something new?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've heard something better than this type of shit.
Right.
You haven't heard anything new. The 90s was the last time people were creating and doing things differently. Like, I want to do this. I want to sound like this. And they were allowed to do that.
Right. Right. You had so many different sounds.
Yeah, I think it was organic and genuine, and it just became formulaic and digital after that. So we missed that genuineness and creativeness of that 90s era. That was so enchanting.
Yeah, enchanting. That's a good word. 98 was the year it started to change.
Yeah.
97, 98, and I'm gonna just put it on Bad Boy Records.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even gonna put it on Biggie. I'm gonna put it on Mace.
Mm.
When Mace dropped, now I ain't gonna lie to you. When Mace dropped that album, Harlem World, that album was smacking,
Mm-hmm.
slapping. I'm sorry, slapping, and it went platinum. I mean, everything was going platinum from '98 all into the 2000s. Everything was going platinum. You put out an album, it was going platinum in hip hop. If you didn't go platinum, you did something really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was easy to go platinum back then. Even now, when I go back and listen to Harlem World, I get nostalgia, but I'm not hearing good music.
Right. I get what you're saying.
I get nostalgia, so I'm like, I like this, but it ain't the same vibe as when I turn on Brian McKnight or Case Personal Conversations or DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Ooh.
Or Reasonable Doubt, you know what I mean? Or Nas, Illmatic. I don't get that same timelessness.
Right.
Harlem World's not a timeless album. You get nostalgia because you remember being in high school, but
you don't go back and listen to Harlem World just because, unless you just from Harlem or something like that.
Right. It wasn't timeless.
Right.
That's why I said I gotta exempt Biggie, because Biggie's double album, not Ready to Die, Notorious B.I.G., Life After Death, that double album was timeless. That was timeless music.
Yeah, definitely.
Big
you always play that.
He was different. He was a different style of rapper. The way he strung his lyrics together, oh my God. But yeah, man, the 90s was so enchanting. I'm glad you gave me that. Now I know how to describe it.
Yeah.
You rap.
For sure.
What you got coming out?
I got my next project. I haven't put out a project in 4 years because of what you said, yo. You said something very poignant that I agreed with.
What?
That it was like I didn't want to just be a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a rap, what I'm gonna do this for real? What am I committed to? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I committed to the community, because it's like I need to be grounded and rooted in a community, regardless of what I do. You know what I'm saying? So if my music has to reflect that. And sure, it may not make me the most famous, but regardless of what I bring in, it's going right back to the hood. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So I had to really come to terms with that and have peace with that. And now it's like I'm ready to embark on that new journey. So it's like I got balls over everything forthcoming. I'm gonna say December. I'm gonna just put out this audio and then see where these visuals come in next, because I just been holding it for so long. I gotta let it go. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I just took so long of a break, because it's like as you come into your new self, as you reach consciousness, everything has to align with that consciousness, or else you're not really living right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I first really became a fan of yours was around South Africa, when you went to South Africa.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I gotta fucks with this nigga.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in Africa, they love hip hop. You know what I mean?
They love it, bro.
They love it. They love Americans. They love us over there, and that's what I don't like about the diaspora wars, because you think they don't, man. You show up over there, they love us,
bro. They love us, bro. They treated me like family, bro.
Real talk.
Real talk.
So I know that trip was monumental in me realizing how down to earth you was.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It definitely it changed my life in the sense of, you know how you embark on this new journey and then you like, I don't know if I'm crazy or not. That was the confirmation that I wasn't crazy. You get what I'm saying? Because if I didn't do my studies and didn't understand my reality, I wouldn't have been able to appreciate the conversations I was having there. So it's like, this is where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So after South Africa, it was like, nah, I'm on a mission.
Right. Yeah. That's what happened to me when I went to Africa. Completely changed my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Put me on a mission. Absolutely. In fact, I sat and meditated on the in a bay on the Indian Ocean, and I meditated with my eyes open because I wanted to embed that picture, that visual. And so anytime I want to ground myself, I could go back to that spot in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam.
That's dope.
Yeah, I can see the whole thing. I just close my eyes and I can see the water. I can see those rocks next.
I gotta do that. I'm gonna do that. Next time I go somewhere beautiful, man, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I had the Lauryn Hill in my headphones.
That's dope.
Yeah. You're a fan of battle rap culture too, right?
Huge fan of the battle rap culture. Huge fan of battle rap culture. I support it heavy.
I love battle rap culture
I love
because
it.
number
I just got
one,
my girl on it. She love it now too. I'm so
yeah,
excited. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I love it. I'm not even getting into the artistry of it. I'm a capitalist, and I love that niggas is getting paid so much from it.
That's the beauty of it now, bro. It's like they started charging $7.99 to get the battles, and I was so happy. I was like, they finally get it, bro.
Yes.
Stop giving YouTube this free money, bro. We
Yes.
gotta pay Smack that $8. He been doing it for free for too long, bro.
Yeah.
Finally, son, and they finally doing it right. That caffeine shit, like that shit is how you do it, bro. They getting their money and they making it free for you to watch. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what do you mean?
Of
How's
course,
the model work?
huh?
How does the business model work? You said you paid a $7.99 and what?
So $7.99 is for the URL TV app. That's where they put all the battles. Caffeine is
You
where
pay
all the events.
$7.99 one time or monthly?
Oh
Or?
no, you monthly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then on Caffeine is where the live battle events are. So remember how they used to have pay-per-views for their big events?
Yeah.
Now they just have it on Caffeine Live and it's free.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So now you got the whole community involved with the whole community aspect involved with it. So it's like everybody watching it live and commenting and all of that shit. And if you miss it, you gotta watch it on the app.
Oh, okay. So the live happens for free,
right,
on Caffeine TV, but if you miss it, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
And YouTube not getting that money no more.
Nah.
Wow. I like that shit.
They cut YouTube completely out the picture, bro.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's how it's done, because you had the audience. Like, where the fuck else they gonna go for this shit?
Exactly.
You act not like niggas wasn't gonna pay.
Exactly. We love this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't go like at first, the nigga and you was like, I ain't paying for that shit. Then you like, wait, nah, son, that shit is fire. You gotta pay it. Just off strength of you. Like, I grew up with this shit. I'm 32 now, and I'm still heavily invested in this shit. I gotta pay for it. You feel me?
Yeah. That's so dope. And so they own the Caffeine platform too?
Nah, they don't own the Caffeine platform, but they join forces to Caffeine host their lives.
Okay, I got you. All right,
yeah.
Cool. All right, so that's dope. I like that, man. Own your infrastructure, own your data, own your content. Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Now I just wanted to touch on that before we got out of here, because I know you were a big fan of battle rap.
For sure.
I'm not a big fan of battle rap. I appreciate the art form. Like, if a clip hit my timeline, like DNA versus somebody or Loaded Lux, or I'm stopping to watch this shit.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? But I think I'm just a little bit too old, I'm too busy, I think, and but I love the art form. In fact, when I was working for 50, we sponsored a couple of battles. I was on stage with Adrian Boner. And,
that's crazy.
Yeah, Adrian Broner, Kevin Durant, Stolly. I was backstage with them cats, and what battle was that? That was the one where Loaded Lux versus Calico.
Oh, you was there for that? Oh, that's fire. I think that's Summer Madness too.
Now, when he brought the coffin on stage.
Yeah.
I was on
that.
stage for that battle.
Yeah, you was on stage for the most legendary battle in battle rap.
Yes.
That shit took battle rap to new heights.
Did it?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Most popular battle to this date.
Really? I didn't know that. Yeah. I mean, I knew that, like, I was at an epic battle while I was there. I'm like, this shit is good, nigga. You know? And then another one, I forget what it was, where old boy was plastered on the screen and his dad was called a snitch. I think he from
Charlie Clips.
That was Charlie Clips versus who?
I think that was Loaded Lux too.
It might have been Loaded Lux versus Charlie Clips. I think I was there for that one. Diddy was on the rafters on the other side of me with Busta Rhymes. We did too.
Oh yeah, I know which one that is. I know which one. Was there a big bet or some shit that happened that night with T-Rex and A-Verb or some shit like that?
It might have been. I can't remember the vet.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
This was just about 8 years ago when I was working for
Yeah.
50, and I was moving all
Yeah.
through. I had all types of perks, and I was like, I'm about to get in this battle rap shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cultish. The fans in the building was really into that shit, man. It's really adult culture. I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people like, oh, it's violent, the language, and then I'm like, you need to have some masculinity and you need to understand this shit. This ain't for
that's for sure.
This ain't for no whole nigga.
Nah, that's not.
But yeah, yo, thank you for coming on the platform. I'm glad we got to chop it up.
Sure, bro. Thank
Powerful
you for having me.
Talk, powerful perspectives. Tell the people where they can find you at.
Find me on Twitter at the Haters Ball Show, on Instagram, Wordsmiff Music, man. That's where I'm at. My old account got deleted, so I'll be on the Haters Ball Show page from now on. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I got
that's
your podcast, The Haters Ball, right?
Yeah, the podcast, The Haters Ball Show. That's our joint. We just launched season 3. We taking this shit super serious now. Like, we got the production on deck. Like, we just did our first episode. It's live now, so it's a show.
Okay.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to come check us out, we live on Fridays at 8 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Come holler at us. We talk music, politics. Like, we clowns. You see how we joke like this?
Yeah.
It's just 2 more me doing dickhead shit. We talking politics. So pull up, man.
Yeah, I think the podcast game is funny because, you know, when we first started, Hotep's been told you, I was on my phone on Google Hangouts with like some regular iPhone ears, and now I got the background, the mic, and you know, all this shit going on, right? So it's just a slow progression, like you said. Now y'all got the studio equipment and all of that. Yeah, it's just a slow grind, man. So I'm glad y'all doing that. Make sure y'all check out the Haters Ball podcast, Haters Ball Show podcast. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you, Smith.
Yo, no doubt, bro. Appreciate you.
Bless. People, that was the homie Wordsmiff. And just like his name says, he's a wordsmith. Boy, he's nice with them lyrics. I would definitely go check out his music. Go tune into the podcast. They are funny. And I see his man's doing some video content too, which I really like too. Some spoofs and shit like that. Really dope content. This interview will be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you leave me a 5-star review. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Hotep and peace. I'm out of here.